Pregătiți?
Yes. At least
I
myself.
am scared.
Cosmin?
Hold my hand, someone.
E pe mut, nu știu dacă e aici.
Cineva a scris bărâbă acum un minut în chat. Acum 2 minute.
Sunt aici, sunt și eu. Deci putem merge.
Fatebringer, got it. Okay, before we begin, I will tell you a little bit of a story, and then we will resume where we left off last time. So, the curse of the apples that befell the Vanir is a powerful thing, but when Tonir sacrificed himself as he slew Boda, divinity flowed into all of the cursed Vanir. They became gods. They became the Stone Court. Yet Aldin alone somehow seized more from the power. It is said, and most believe, that ravens come to rest upon her shoulders, and that they hear her whispers, and she dares. But this connection, it comes with a price that the raven itself must pay. Its feathers turns white, its eyes change color, it becomes a vessel of Aldin, an exchanger of whispers, and some even can show her what they see, so that she might whisper to other ravens, sending them across the world, doing what needs doing. It is perhaps an inefficient way for a goddess to protect the world, but it is a way. It is Aldin's way. And do the ravens know this? This cost that they must pay? We believe they do, and that they, as much as the Vanir, willingly take on the role of Grimnir's protectors, and that it is why they must always be treated with the same respect we grant the Stone Court. Because this is what you see a lot as you're approaching the district of the Holharn, is that a lot of ravens are perching upon their ships and fly around mostly in the district. Some of them white, other black, mostly black, but yeah. Last we left off, you guys, in an unexpected turn of events, you are turned from warriors to diplomats, tasked with meeting all of the Jarls, the Wolf hope that you might provide assistance in keeping all of the clans together and face what's about to come as strongly as possible. You have had the chance to, after meeting with the Wolf and telling them of all that you have seen, the signs of Ragnarok that you have noticed, to meet with the Jarl of the Natal, which is also the father of Himnar. People from the high north, accustomed with hardship and making most of the bones of the whales that they usually hunt at sea, as wood is very scarce in their lands. Even their ships are made out of mostly bone and hide. They seem to have a dispute over an unexpected and unfortunate event that happened that led to the death of one of the Jarls of the Dvar, which died poisoned after rightfully winning a duel against one of the champions of the Natal. You guys got to the bottom of what might have happened in the investigation, and also went to the Dvar to tell of your findings. And hopefully when the gathering comes, you might alleviate some of the grievances that the two share. It is hard, because even when united, the clans are somewhat on two sides, as if they've always been. The Holharn and the Orn and Dvar have always been more close and more against the other major three, like the Luton with the Natal and the Ryza. And that makes diplomacy between from one side to another even harder. But you have also found out about something that the Olyar and the Jarl of the Holharn is trying to do, which not a lot of people agree with. She wants to make sure that as many people as possible will be able to enter the House of the Slain before the end, so they do not bolster the ranks of the sickly and older dead that are supposed to fight against the raiders at the end at Ragnarok, at the behest of Hell, which is supposed to lead this army of the dead against you, basically. So as you pass through Dvar to the Holharn clan, you guys are discussing a little bit, asking Hrolf about more insight about the Eoliarl, and eventually, unless you should do something on the way, you do reach the Hemskip that is also the one that is the main base of the Holharn. Is there anything I would like to do?
Not really. Not myself. Anybody
Alright.
else?
Yeah.
Firkat is with us, right?
Yes, she is your attaché, let's say. She's guiding you all along wherever you want to go. She knows exactly how to take you there.
Was Cold with us as well?
You left her with
Oh yeah, okay.
Side.
Yeah, fair enough.
Alright, so as you, before you reach the Holharn, you see one of those purple robed women approaching your group and requesting that Scar returns immediately to the Wolf, as they have some sort of need of him for something or another. As he can't do anything about it, he nods, excuses himself, and he leaves the group, hoping to
Excuses himself.
with the glance.
Excuse me, I have to go.
He gives you a mean look and then disappears. Flips you off on the way out, and then says, "We shall see how you will do without me." But yes, he lives with the purple robed woman, and you are left, the four of you, alongside Firkat and Hrolf. So this district is composed of numerous longships connected to two hemskips with the banners of owls, their wings stretched out and flapping violently in the gusty wind. Like as I said, there are a lot of ravens that squawk at your approach, almost have some sort of alarm or just curiosity at your arrival. But Firkat does eventually lead you towards the hemskip that is, as I said, the one that is the main part of the Holharn district. Let me move you there. Mhm. Yourself. All right. And at the entrance, you are immediately met with an elderly halfling man, almost expecting your arrival. Oh, day there. What do you owe the pleasure of your arrival?
Oh, where am I? Here. We are on business from the Wolf.
Ah, right away. You see that it doesn't require an insight from any of you to realize that he knew exactly what you were there for, but he wanted to mess with you a little bit and show you that he has the power to, quote-unquote, maybe block your way in. But eventually he does open the doors to the main hall and invites you inside. As you are entering, you see that there are a lot of warriors and trolls arranged across the walls, protecting a woman, which is at the moment of your arrival kneeling in front of a statue that is meant to represent Aldin. There is even a small raven, a white raven, perched upon the shoulder of the statue, and this woman is wearing a brilliant white breastplate, and you can almost hear the things that she is mumbling. She says, "More for the final bloody field." Almost a whisper, but it is so a whisper so loud that even the wind carries it over to your ears. It takes her a few seconds to finish up her prayer before getting up to her feet and walking slowly towards you. You see, she's giving a knowing look over to Hrolf and a raised eyebrow, but she quickly glances away from him and over to the rest of you. May I present Mother Gundbarg, the chosen of the Volve. They have sought an audience, as we have been informed. She nods over to the little halfling man, and she continues to approach. Stays at a distance for a little bit, taking all of your measure. Put her here, and she says, "You are the bearers of fate." She nods acknowledgingly. I would have a proposition for you. That one of you, at least, I'm inviting to join the strongest, the fastest, on the second stone of the Mother's Eye, and show Aldin who is the bravest, who is the greatest, from among all of the clans. I ask of you that you fill the Serpent Sea with your blood and the House of the Slain with our champions. What say you?
Well, first of all,
Oh,
let the All-Seer bless you, Mother Gumbarg, and guide your ways and offer you the wisdom to lead your clan and achieve the greatest results that Grimnir saw and will see.
She nods.
As for your request, perhaps you can explain a bit more of this plan. It seems counterintuitive to get rid of the strongest hands that Grimnir has in the face of Ragnarok.
She nods, and she is impressed with your ways of including the goddess Aldin in your words, and she's accepting of your blessings, let's say, or your kind words. And she nods. Well, not many seem to be able to see what I see, to know what I know, that the greatest and the most important battle that we are ever gonna face, it's going to be there at the end, when the armies of the dead will clash against those champions of the House of the Slain. It is day by day that I see more people joining by either sickness or famine or whatever is happening in the world today, bolster the ranks of hell. And I see her army ever rising, ever increasing, and ever outnumbering us in the end. And I have heard of one of our greatest warriors that lived in our day and age, succumb to poison, deny the halls of the slain. We cannot afford many such instances from happening. And if I have to, I will ensure that the greatest of warriors are able to fight there at the end.
Vondel takes a step forward and starts speaking. Greetings, Mother Gunbarg. I've long heard of your valor as I reach every corner of the sea. You are mighty, and your wisdom is beyond compare. But I myself, I mean no disrespect by this, but I do not see how this will help us all. I understand that there is danger in Hell's armies, and that gods may face a fierce fight But I ask you, what about us? What will happen even if we are to win this battle against her forces? What will happen to us here? There have been sightings of many great beasts. Jotun risen again. How are we going to fend those off if we are to just burn away our warriors?
Well, easily, she says, for all those that have died valiantly in battle, now and before Ragnarok, are destined to walk again at 10 times. So if you fear that the world would be left devoid of anyone if everyone is in the Hall of the Slain, that is not how you must think about this. It is just those people will be deposited there until the most important battle of our lives will come.
Tell me, Olial, have you seen the Iron Witches? Have you met them?
Not directly, I did. I admit that I did not.
What about your advisors, your counselors? And I look at the small figure.
Not me either. We don't have witches back at home. None that we could find, at least.
Do I believe him?
You can inside.
Alright. Something, roll.
He seems to be pretty sincere.
Alright. Have you met or have you fought giants?
Giants do not exist.
But we fought. We fought one. And we met the Iron Witches. And the Iron Witches know us by now. And they know everyone here. And they use vile strategies to infiltrate and command others. And dissimulate fear, mistrust, and discord between allies. They gather strength while they divide their opponents. Tell me, do you believe us when we say that we fought the allies of the Iron Witches and we fought the giants?
I do believe you. She says, there's no denying that. It is as it was foretold, that when the end times approach, the monsters will come back to the world or from wherever they hid. So yes, I believe it to be so. And yes, I believe that you might also have things that you will need to achieve before the final times, which is that I'm not asking that all of you participate in the contest. I'm asking for only one of you. You are formidable warriors, that much I have heard. And prowess in battle will no doubt help whatever is to come.
Let me tell you something. I interrupt because I've had enough of this. If I was a leader of the Iron Witches, if I was one of the witches, let me tell you what I would do. First, I will divide the clans. Then, I will let the clans fight each other, and obviously they will send warriors to the Hall of the Slain because they die in battle and they are valiant and they deserve it. True. But for the rest, I will capture them and I will enslave them and I will poison them all, and the rest will fed the Helheim. And how would that help our cause, Mother Gumbarg? By weakening us in front of the Iron Witches, when we are needing the most of the warriors against them. How would you fight for the good of the Grimnir when you are enslaved by the Iron Witches and you will fight against your people? And how would Mick fight?
I don't fight.
I know, because whoever proposed this plan should be the one first in that arena. Should assume that the courage to stand there. So tell me, Mother Gumbard, how is this helping the cause?
Well, it won't matter if we win against the Iron Witches if we cannot win the final battle. It have all been for naught. And to win the final battle, we need the strongest and the most capable warriors. Then, do you not see this? Do you not see the blessing that I am providing for people that do not usually raise a sword or an axe to their hand? That they can now reach the house of the slain. That they can be elevated in the afterlife. Do you not see this?
We will not reach that final battle. We will be long defeated before that.
I see you have talked with some people that oppose my plans, and I might believe that your opinion of this has already been altered. To note that this is not something that I am proposing easily, as the very contest that I am about to propose and to organize is both gonna help the living and the dead. For the families, for each fallen warrior participating in the contest over there at the Mother's Eye, the Whole Hand will provide a pouch of coin of 2,150 gold pieces. And to the last warrior standing, the only one that will leave the Mother's Eye, the Mother's Eye alive, I will bestow upon him the very weapon, the very scythe that once belonged to Tornir, the very scythe that broke the Rainbow Spear in all of its pieces.
So,
Oh boy.
you would not admit that by dividing us, you actually doom the clans to enslavement. Well,
I am not dividing anyone. I will still require that.
it's already a division between the leaders. Some of them are not accepting this proposal of a trial. But let me ask you something else. Why must it be a battle between ourselves and not a full assault on the Ironwood, for example? Why should those people die here without any use?
Do you know where the Iron Witches reside?
They will find us. I know how to find them. I don't know where, but I know how to find that place. I also sacrificed in the name of Aldin some things, and I received some blessings, and I stand proud and I show my face. Why should allies kill each other when they can die valiantly against a common enemy? How is that wisdom?
She falls silent. That she's becoming a little bit disgruntled with the opposition that she is facing. You do not see what I see. Even blessed with the eye, as she looks at your milky green eye, I do not hold this against you. But can you not try to at least admit that you might not have the full picture in mind?
Oh, definitely. I wholeheartedly agree with this. I think none of us mortal are able to understand the whole picture, as you said.
The
Modern
witches.
Gunbarg.
Yes.
I believe that nobody has the full picture. And I do not mean to disrespect your wisdom, but nor do you. Maybe you have your sources of information, but we have ours. You may have heard things, but we have faced things. We have been traveling for months. We have been fighting this plague that is trying to destroy our lands. We have fought the Jotun, and we have fought giants, and we have fought witches, and we have fought them all. There is this weird feeling that I get, that they are just trying to destroy everything before that Ragnarok even happens. They are infiltrating everywhere. They are trying to manipulate the clans against each other. They're trying to sow discord, just as our friend over there said. I do not believe that you would be wrong, at least completely wrong. But maybe your solution is a solution to a problem you think is so. Maybe everything else is different. Maybe you don't have, the full picture, as you said. What if, by killing everybody, we just play into their hands? We should try at least to understand all of this. Maybe put all our information together and see, or maybe try to understand a bit more. It is weird. Like, a lot of destruction has been happening. A lot of clans are getting attacked. See, for example, the what was the name of the clan? Sorry.
Orn?
Was it the Orn that got destroyed?
Yeah, the one understand.
Yeah. See the Orn and Faligur. What happened there? And not just that. We bear grim news. And I do believe that something may be happening in the next couple of days. And I would like to tell you that, but I would like to do that in private. There's too many years here, and although I believe that you trust your clan, and I believe that is the right thing to do as a leader, but we never know where the agents are hiding.
Besides all this, I'm sorry to interrupt. We already told everything that we found to the wolf, and even they could not process all the things that we brought in an instant, and they require some moments. And who here doesn't trust the wolf to come up with a solution, a direction, a way?
And not just that, but I would like to hear how did you get this idea? Was it words from your goddess, or was it something that you thought about yourself?
I have long studied the legends of Ragnarok, of things that are to come, of things that have already happened that prove to me that it is going down as it was foretold before. But, she sighs, and Hrolf intervenes. You must listen to them, my Jarl. They speak with an insight that none of us, or many of us, know. We have been together for so many things and have done so many things as agents of the Volve that, with all due respect and all the wisdom that I know you possess, that Vondel here might be right, that not even you yourself might have the whole picture. And she gives him
An eyebrow.
an eyebrow and her eyes daggers towards him. You see that they're not on the best terms right now. She ignores him, turns back to you, sighs.
Before she says anything, Vodal says, look, we've all sacrificed many things in this journey. I particularly believe that my quest lies elsewhere. I have other things to do that to me are more important than this whole thing. But I chose to take part in it, to try and help, to try and bring, help, I suppose, to your cause. Well, that may not be worth much to you because, well, I'm one person. But if you were to understand me and who I am and what I am, you would know that this is a great sacrifice. And I'm trying to make this work. As everybody else. We're trying to make the right decisions. If we are rash now, we'll probably just throw ourselves into their hands and just lose everything. Again, I ask that maybe for a few moments we can speak in private. I will lay my
How would that be
weapons down.
possible? We will not let the owl
And
yell.
Vondel
exposed to
raises
the
his
dangers.
hand in silence towards the halfling. You be quiet. I'm speaking to Madame Gunbark, not to you. And show respect in front of her.
And he glances over at the old Jarl, and she shakes her head. He does have a point. And then you see him almost trying to hide under the table. Continue, says the old Jarl.
I pardon my manners. He says, well, in what would maybe seem like a kind of mocking voice, but not really.
Mm-hmm.
It just sounds that way.
Yeah.
I believe that we have some other things to say to you. And again, we want those to be away from prying ears and eyes. I will leave all my weapons down. I do not mean any harm, and I do not mean to be threatening in any way. But I believe this is very important.
Can I approach the halfling?
If you can reach him under the table, yes.
He's under the table?
Kind of half,
Already?
with his
table.
you see when you back up and his ass is almost under the table already.
Yes, I want to lean over and whisper something into his ear.
Okay.
Is he letting me, or is he interested?
What the hell? You want to try to kiss me or what?
And come closer.
Okay.
And I say, I suggest you sit on this chair and stay quiet, not saying any word until we leave this hall. And I cast suggestion on him.
All right. Cast a suggestion on him.
Right.
Te să dau eu.
Da, nu mi-a dat nimic pe aici.
Nu e ok. And he immediately falls silent. Those are your whispers. Fucking creepy.
Shit, that's fucking scary.
Sit at the
Yeah.
table and stay quiet until we leave.
He takes a seat over here.
And then I return.
Alright, everyone. Looks all over the guards. 5 minutes. You're all gonna walk outside. I must speak with the bearers of fate in private. And you see and hear objections coming from all around. And that even frustrates Gunbarg even more.
We are also of the whole harm. Do you believe that we will betray me and Hrolf, our leader? Do you not
And
believe,
Vondel-
do you not trust Hrolf himself?
Do you not remember that I could take you all by myself and probably kill you? And she looks around. Do not worry for my safety. You'll be right outside. And I can defend myself until we can return. Now I'll say
Vondel
again
will
and I'll
walk
make it
away
an
here
order.
and put
And,
his like his old armory on the ground,
Mhm.
and then we'll walk back.
And the guards will slowly start walking out, all until Are you also dismissing Meek, I guess?
Yes.
By the way, Skuld is with us, right?
No.
Nu e cu CD. Alright. We are alone. But is this so important that it must only reach my ears?
Vondel walk closer. Oljarl, there are many things that are happening right now. We trust you as our friend has told us you're a person to be trusted. We knew that before, but his opinion was definitely ingrained into us. So as we've spoken before, we have traveled all across the sea at this point, and we have seen many things. There are strange forces at action. The Orn, they've been destroyed pretty much. And I believe it was the Lutans who have done it. They had forces there. They had a mage who was corrupted by the Iron Witches. They've made their volcanoes spit out fire and destroy their people. They raided, they killed everybody, including the Jarl. There was the Bender King. He was corrupted by the Iron Witches. He was crazy. He wouldn't see no reason. And then there were the wolf. When we got there, it was too late for them. Strange forces of Jotun mongrels. They don't die unless you burn them with lightning. We fought beasts. Jotun themselves fought like big giant, a blue one, and many other things. And not to mention, we had this vision, I suppose, that this whole place will set to fire.
Who would do such a thing?
Traitors, obviously.
I
People
fear,
that are bound to the witches.
I fear that our ideas would be that would be the Lutan clan. The way I've gathered a bit of information along the way, and they seem to have been preparing forces for war. Many mages. And part of the reason is also their forces that have destroyed the Orn.
I will assign some of my people to watch over the Lutans
That is true.
immediately.
Would be a good idea. But what I'm trying to say with all this, like everything from the death of the Jarl who got poisoned to many other things, such as encountering a cargo of food that was poisoned with ironwood seeds. There seems to be a lot of attempts at dividing the people here. Dividing the clans, making everybody fight each other. They're trying to make us weak.
I'm hearing what you're saying, and I put great value in your words and the things that you have experienced. And at the same time, in some way, it only convincing me more that my way is better. You said we have lost the vast majority of the Worn warriors, to lava, to treachery, people that did not reach the halls of the slain that they should have. People die at sea, corrupted by the iron heart saplings from within, also denied the halls of the slain. Do you not see that we are working towards the same goal? Yes, but the witches might be a threat right now in the moment, lurking in the shadows. But the faster that we can send people to the halls of the slain, the less that they will have to corrupt. But in saying that, I can agree to, let's say, a compromise. Maybe not, I do not have the full picture, and maybe you do not have a full picture. So while I will not give up on the contest that I wish to organize, I will delay it until we can learn more about these witches. If there's those for a few days, if for a few weeks, if delayed forever, I'm fine with that. You'll probably find more about those and then report back. But in exchange, I only ask that if the contest is still deemed necessary, that one of you take place on the battlefield, in the arena, and spill the blood in the name of the gods. And she nods to herself and to her.
Wandel shakes his head slowly. Aside that, I suppose, I was wondering, what do you know of Hell? And what she's doing right now?
Preparing for end times, as we do, no doubt. I'm sure the ship of the dead is being assembled as we speak. A ship as big or as huge as probably more than our whole fleets put together. And then they will spill into our world and fight against us. And fight alongside our other enemies.
But why would she do that?
For she is what she is. Her mother is our enemy. Her father, betrayer.
Have you heard that we actually met Hell?
You did?
And yet, instead of recruiting us for her army, we're here. Maybe this whole picture has meanings and views which go beyond our comprehension. I would suggest to at least delay any decision about any duel until the wolf understand what information we brought and offer us a way. And then we can discuss of participating in anything. And I only pray that it's not too late then.
If I agree to delay it, one of you must agree to take part in it, if it happens.
Fine, I will take part. And I will represent Wholeheart.
Very well. And do keep in mind that if you die in this contest, nothing will be able to bring you back.
It's fine. I mean, I have my own reasons, my own history. I can't explain it very well.
Then you have proven wise to take this compromise. I am not convinced that this is the proper way, but I can admit that you might have information that I do not have yet. So let's get to the bottom of this.
Vandal will look at her and at Leaf, and he says, if the Lutan Jarl will participate in this battle, I wouldn't mind taking my part in it.
I do not believe any Jarl will participate in this battle. We need all of the leadership that we have right now. But I cannot do this without having the majority of vote in the council of Jarls. I, at best, can break the tie in my favor. But if everyone else is against me, then the contest will not happen. I will not enforce it on anyone if the other Jarls do not agree.
That's very wise.
And speaking of the Lutan Jarl, you know, if you need a replacement, I've seen a couple of snakes on my way here. That could make a do.
I do agree wholeheartedly with you. The Lutans and I have not seen eye to eye for a long time. Their ways, their methods not something that I consider to be necessarily proper. Are you not of the Luton? I can get you.
Well, there is a history between us.
I see.
I cannot say that I am one of the Lutons. At least not under this. And he just refrains somehow. With much effort, he actually refrains from saying anything rude.
Very well.
Regardless.
You say that you get plus rep from her for hating the Lutons so much. She's trying to help her disdain of the Lutons, but to hide her disdain of the Lutons, but there is something in there.
Well, upon hearing everything she said about them, you can see like a glitter of appreciation and even further respect that he has for her. It increases anyway.
Well, I'm happy with our exchange. At least we can both see and take note of each other's opinions, even if we do not agree. At least we can delay any decisions until more evidence presents itself. If you can prove to me that the warriors are more needed in the battles here in the material world, I'm happy that to have as many as possible to swell the ranks of the living. Not. I will still present the idea of the contest tomorrow at the gathering, so it can be voted upon, but I will let everyone know that it will be delayed until we find more about the things that we need. About these giants, about these witches, and about all of these signs that you have brought forth.
And just as a mention, some of Hell's forces were actually fighting against the Ironwood witches in the forests near the Bendur fortress.
This I do not understand. This paradox. Why is she fighting against the witches if she has to fight against us at the end? Why is her wretched clan with those wolves or whatever they're called wish to become part of the raiders if they serve a goddess that will be eventually turned against us at the end? Where would they stand? Aren't they the ones that might be actually here to set fire to the Drift Hall, as you have said?
No, unfortunately for us, we cannot point our finger in their direction. They are to be trusted, and we fully support their request.
Is it not them who have slaughtered your brethren, your brothers in arms before reaching the place that you were sent by the Vol?
It is true. With misguidance and wrong information, we almost destroyed each other in the process. And by discussing things, we managed to clear things out at the expense of poor Hrolf here, who, suffered the effects of an oath broken in the process. Ever
the fool, Hrolf, ever the fool.
All he does for the benefit of the people. I admire him a lot. There is another matter that we wish to discuss with you. When we mentioned discord and dissension and division between the clans, these were not mere ideas, mere theory. We came to knowledge that your counselor, Meek, put some poisonous words into the ear of the Jarl of the Tvar. And with those poisonous words, the Tvar almost went to fight the Nettle for a misunderstanding. While we almost cleared things out, it is unclear why Meek decided to involve and sow this discord between clans. Do you have any idea?
Do you have any proof of this?
Is the word of the Jarl of the Tvar enough?
It is. It
Then-
worries me greatly. Why would he say that? Why would he do that?
Well,
I will investigate.
I
this
fear
is-
that he may be part of this whole corruption. I fear that he may be one of the agents. I do not have any proof on this, and I do not wish to sow discord, but I urge you to be wary of his opinion and his counsel. We have seen this happen in many of the clans. Somehow they've managed to bring people in the higher position and poison them with words and try to lead them towards, to go and live.
She nods. I will investigate and if this is true, then he will be removed from his position. And if his treason is greater than that, then I'll make sure to execute him myself.
His death may not do us that much good if the damage has already been dealt. It may be more important that we try to look at his information with raised suspicion and try to look for information in other places just to make sure that, everything is true.
Then you look for this, and if you find anything, report to me as soon as possible.
We have limited resources, but we will do our best to do this.
Are you suggesting that I do not yet question him about his involvement with spreading misinformation?
Oh no, please do.
No.
Do that, but
Do not kill him.
well, you can do that as well, but it would probably be better to just lead him on.
Very well.
Just make it seem as you are taking his counsel, but looking for truth in other places as well, trying to see the information head to head to see if what he's saying is indeed true. Maybe misleading the Ironwood witches, making them believe they have power over you, they have managed to get to you. That may prove more useful. But you are wiser.
That is why you're a Luton. I wouldn't have ever thought of acting in such a cloaked manner.
I have never been one to work in a cloaked manner. This is just precaution. We are losing this battle, and I'm just trying to see a bit of reason.
All right.
I do not wish to hold you for long, but I would have another suggestion.
What might that be?
and he cast suggestion.
The Natal clan. If nothing can be reached between the two of them and the Var clan. That person, Advari, whatever his name is, quote unquote, he seemed to have known a few things. He may not have been directly involved, he may even be innocent. But if he becoming a sacrifice toward the peace of these two clans is to be the right choice, then I believe that would be a small sacrifice to make.
She shrugs. The Natal, sometimes just as bad as the Lutons.
I do not know much of them, but they seem quite open for discussion. They seem to have sacrificed a great lot for this as well. They seem to have been encountering a lot of hardships, and yet they try to do their part. They look like people that can be trusted. At least they are. I do not know about his close agents. Those are still a mystery
well.
to us.
All important decisions will be taken tomorrow, and all Jarls will have a say, and all of the clans will have a say. But I will direct the petitions, and I believe you will be asked to bear witness in many cases that are going to be discussed tomorrow, as you have lived them directly and often so as a neutral party.
And we shall be there.
Very well. Now, if you do not mind, I will resummon my people and go on about my business, and we will speak soon.
Perhaps you want a few minutes with Rolf alone?
It's not necessary.
Model will reply to that. He's a good person, and he's only doing this to... he thinks this is the right turn of events, the right choices that he's done.
Mondel the matchmaker.
He has lost that privilege when he decided to leave.
Vondel nods at that. I'm sure that is the case.
Come, Vondel. Let's
And
not
you slowly-
spoil the good that we did until now.
Working out.
He's anyway. He's made a great deal of sacrifice, and well,
I'm sure that he did. That is not in question. Though he has left without much of a word.
I will go and whisper to Hrolf. If you do not hurry, I fear that Vondel will steal the yard from you.
I don't believe
He
that
looks
there's
infatuated.
no need.
already.
There's no need. What's done is done. What's in the past, it's in the past. Don't worry about me.
Oh, I'm not. I'm worried about Vondel.
Oh yes, I worry about him too.
Yeah.
and he just says one more line. Well, his loyalty is second to none. Just know that. And then he bows from the waist just a little bit, which he would probably never do for anybody else.
She smiles.
And she just leaves, picks up his armory. Probably takes a few minutes to pick up the spears, the 2 axes, 3 axes, shield, and everything else.
Yeah.
And he goes on his way.
And Fear Cat that was waiting for you outside, giving you the privacy that require. All right, that went well. I think. Now, where to next?
Time
For
in the
that.
day is it now?
No, noon, not noon. Afternoon. Now 2 p.m. Let's say. Put it here. 2 p.m.
Before we leave, Himnar would like to address Mother Gunbarg, just
Right.
as the rest of the whole Harn start re-entering the main hall, so
Mm-hmm.
he makes sure they hear him.
Mm-hmm.
Mother Gunbarg, I would like to address you in your role as mother, your clan. I trust my words will be received as such. I fight to protect Greenmere, to protect my clan, but also to protect my comrades. Many raiders fight for others as well, including their children, their women, their elders, and their sickly. We fight to prevent the Ragnarok that is coming. That Ragnarok is at the door. We should aim to cure the sickly and to make them strong again, to aid us in battle. We should aim to listen to the advice of the elderly and become smarter and wiser. And the children, they are our hope for tomorrow. We cannot have them sacrificed in battle and have only the raiders remain. We fight for nothing if we waste all others that we fight for. We will have nothing at the end. We might win the battle of Ragnarok, but we will have lost truly. So think about this, Mother Gunbark. We stand to gain a lot if we use every resource that we have to become better for today, not for a future battle. We need everyone today. Take it from the words of Anatal that has been to the ends of the earth and back.
She nods.
And
Looks at
he
you.
now slowly follows the rest side.
Right. Very well. Okay. And as you trail off, you say, I'll meditate on your words.
Thank you, Mother Gumbark.
As we left, did we see the halfling go back in?
Yes,
Okay.
scurrying inside. And you can hear her voice. Meek, get over here. I have some questions to ask you. And that's basically all that you hear before the doors are shut to the hemskip.
Meek loves us now.
All right, immediately adjacent to the Holhan ship, there is the Hull of Stone. If one of you wishes to reconnect with your gods, and then you're also very close to your ship, the Orn and the War. Then Lutans following very close by, and this whole district between the Lutans and the Natal are the minor clans, the Varang, which only have like 1 or 2 ships. Many clans that do not have necessarily a say on the inner council of the bigger clans, but they also, that doesn't mean that they don't want to be here and participate and see exactly what is happening.
And the Risa?
Alright. Now the Risa is here, in between the Dvar and they have larger ships because they are larger people. You basically skipped past them as you went from the Natal directly towards the Var. But you also need to visit, you still have to visit Orn, War, Lutan, and Riza.
I would say to maybe have a breather and visit Riza now, because things have been quite tense with the other clans. And I always wanted to see the tall folk in the full picture after we met Meek,
240 hertz for 8K HDR.
Yes.
Alright, is that
OLED.
okay with everyone?
Let's go.
Alright, as on your way back, you pass through once again through the mead hall and the marketplace. Marketplace is bustling as always. People sell all sorts of shits here, gems.
Noi avem ce să vindem?
Depinde dacă. Hai să vă mut aici totuși un pic. Să vedeți cum arată acest market. There is almost all of the clans are represented here. There is even a tall folk woman with 3 halfling helpers, and she seems to be selling only gems, all kind of precious gems of different colors and whatnot. There is a woman wearing the colors of the Holhan, selling potions. The Lutans are selling a lot of weapons. And there is also what appears to be someone with tools that are used for shipbuilding. You recognize Leaf.
Selling
And,
tools or offering services?
I mean, she has the tools that doesn't sell anything. You assume that she is the shipbuilder of the Natal clan and the only one here at Drift Hall. But as you are in about transitioning through the market to go over to Raiza, your attention is caught by 2 people bickering, and as they bicker, they kind of stop you in your tracks, and you realize that both of them are mead sellers, one from the Lutan clan and one from the Natal clan. And please, you are the bearers of fate, correct?
Yes, that's us.
Ale.
We are at a disagreement here. It is both of us kinda say that we have the most superior mead, and the other is shite. As people that are some import here, would you mind sampling some of our mead and making a decision?
Bring it on.
Let's see.
All right.
Very well then.
Vonda will not take part in that.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, you are biased. You are not allowed to participate, Vondel.
But as well, I
yes.
guess.
And Himnar is also biased, so unless he has a good reasoning to provide,
Or
he
just
should
a
also.
drink.
That's not a good reason. I mean, it is a
You
good
can
reason,
ignore
but not
my
in that sense.
opinion. I just want a free drink.
You all get a free drink from both stalls. Of course, Himnar, you inevitably tend to favor that meat that you have always drank when at home, drank while you are at home. But that does. But to all of you, there is a slight difference in taste.
One thing, by the way, before Leaf drinks his whatever Luton mead, Vonda will grab that glass, whatever he's using, the horn, from his hand, and he's going to inspect, like thoroughly inspect the substance. Obviously, he is a connoisseur. Right, so he's gonna look at color, smell, and see if there's anything odd about it.
All right,
even
so
remotely.
Survival. So anyone who wants to partake is offered a free drink from both meat sellers. But before you get to drink your horn, Leaf, you see Vondel butting in and stopping you and taking a look at the liquid inside, and you don't smell anything funky, and the color seems to be consistent with mead, basically.
Okay, can he also dip his finger a bit and see if
If you dip it, you drink
Or
it,
you
man.
can just take one for yourself, bro, from the Luton, and just enjoy it if you're that thirsty.
Actually, I'm going to the what's his name? The one who offers the drink.
They both offer the drink, and as their name is Frode from
From Mordor.
no from the Lutan, and Helge from Natal. So this guy here, the fatter one, is Helge, and Frode is from the Lutan clan.
Alright, Frode, give me another one. She's my friend. He's participating in the contest after all.
Fine. Gives
But
you.
before you do that, I want you to describe your drink, your mead. Tell me, what are the acquired properties? What are their strong points?
Just drink it, man. See which one is better. There shouldn't be any contest. Ours is better, of course. No. Ours.
What about you, Helge? What can you say about your drink?
It's made with hardship and a drop of whale blood to give you strength, to give you power, to bolster your muscles, and that which you are hiding in your undergarments.
I like this guy.
Make from small PP to strong PP.
Oh, it's an aphrodisiac as well. What?
That is lies. A mead is a mead, and his is watered down. And
And now I need to go pee-pee.
okay, so you're drinking. There is not much difference in quality, though you detect that maybe both of them are watering down only slightly their mead. It's a little bit softer than let's say the mead over at the Dvar feasting halls, which is probably the best mead in all of the Drift Hall and in the world. But it's not bad. None of them have this different, slight different taste, but it's hard to make a definite decision. And as you ask for a second mug, hey, you have to pay for it. And it's 1 gold piece per mug per drinking horn, not mug. Are you paying for a second mug? No.
Maybe next time.
What? You only like free shit?
So, I have given my judgment now.
Yes, tell us.
It's a very tough contest, and it's obviously that there is a lot of hard work involved into these drinks. But besides work, there is also the fun, and the fun goes to the nettle. So there you have it.
And is that also your opinion, Elfling?
I think that's you, Zaid.
It's not a matter of how did you put it?
Fun.
Courage. I just think objectively the Nat one just has a little, I know, like a better aftertaste after you drink it. You know?
I told you, motherfucker, the Nattle meat is the best in all of the world. You see that the Lutan guy is very disgruntled. Hiri! Selling mead that was chosen of the Fed Bearers.
Fed bearers approved.
And we are the Fed Bearers and we approve this.
That's a marketing.
Yeah, vezi că luăm niște royalties pentru asta.
Yes. And you see that as you eventually depart from the stall, as this guy is starting to advertise his meat as being chosen by you guys, he's getting more customers than the other. And you can feel daggers being thrown at you by the eyes of the Lutan meat seller.
Mâine o să vedem de-astea, homecraft, gura lupului, verdele apei, chestii, IPA, nu știu care.
Since you are on the market here, does anything else interest you at the moment? You can return at any time or just head over to Riza.
39 GP, atât am zis. Atât avem.
Aveți în party loot mai mult? Nu?
Nu.
Nu, că ați dat... corect. N-are ce să vă mai intereseze.
N-avem nici nimic de vânzare deocamdată.
Jesus. You're so poor, guys. Okay. Alright, so the Lutans are selling interesting weapons, some of them of superior quality, as you're glancing through. They are very obsessed with their Wolverine motif, and all of the weapons sold by them on the handle or along the blade or the shaft have some sort of a Wolverine figure embedded in it. But since you guys can afford anything, it is a good assumption that you are not window shopping or shopping at all. Right. So eventually, as you are stepping out of the market, the Riza delegation is close by. They have 4 long ships. Only 4. No hem skips. Let me move you there. Delete that which should not be here. Alright. Tethered side by side, all flying the orange banner of the tall folk, with the cave bear as their symbol. You can see it here, behind you on the tent. These vessels are wider than standard raider longships and much deeper to accommodate the large oars that these tall folk use. You see 4 of the massive raiders, their skin brown as forest oak, sit in one ship with one or two others in each of the other ships. In the central ships, there is a more unusual tall folk, slouching, but clearly taller than the others, and his skin, different from the rest, is tinged blue. And you see that he's working on what appears to be a fishing net, repairing it and mending the holes that shouldn't be there. You are greeted immediately upon your arrival by the Jarl, which is a strong and very tall woman. And she beckons you, saying, welcome, welcome, come. Let us discuss the chosen of the oracle, of the wolf, the fate bearers, the bearers of fate. I don't know. I'm confused. Join us. What tidings do you bring?
As they get closer and Vondel notices her, he nods appreciatively. No. And apparently Vondel cannot pass by the damn thing.
There's a wall there, yeah.
Yes.
His biggest
Denied. Ești prea înalt și ai dat cu capul.
Da.
Do we know the name of the Jarl? Hjordis.
Hjordis, yes, Hjordis.
Greetings, Jarl Hjordis. It's an honor to be received here.
Honor is mine. I have heard news of your exploits, of your feats of strength.
We are merely visiting the clans before the gathering tomorrow to get a bit of knowledge about each of them, so that when we reveal tomorrow the news, we have better understanding between each other.
Aye. I was kinda expecting you as well. Or I might have a favor to ask. And you see that there's a worried look on her face as she kind of hesitates in the moment to speak.
Perhaps we can be of assistance.
I hope so. And she points far off into the distance around towards the Serpent Sea, towards some destination that for you seems random. My fool husband has forgotten how to set his oar into the Serpent Sea. So long has he been on land. He and the rest of our delegations have tarried too long. I ask of you, maybe, once your business is here at Drifthall complete, might we ask of you to, as bearers of fate, to sail to the lands of the Riza and see exactly what is happening. We are worried. There should have been more of us. The rest of the delegation, the Torfolk, haven't arrived. All you see here is all we have.
And where will you be going after the Drift Hall? Wouldn't you be returning home?
We have a matter of running some deliveries that we are shipments that we are behind on, and we cannot afford to go back on them before we risk our allegiances with the other clans.
I see.
Can Himnar roll a history check to understand or figure out what type of goods the giant
There is
folk
usually-
will-
Yes, you can.
Ăla-i 3 sau 16?
19, total.
Nu, noroc.
Okay. That.
So Himnar is trying to figure out what type of goods
Yes,
or trade relations.
they usually supply a lot of the other clans with wood and other sort of ore. Um,
Do we know how far is the home of the Riza?
is Farlanding.
Yeah.
You know where usually the where the clans are located, but yeah, you would know. So let's look over the map.
Map time.
It is quite far away, but who knows? Maybe at some point in time you'll get there. This is the land of the Ftofolk. A little bit.
All right.
Oh boy.
May we ask you a few questions?
Of course.
Do you have any conflicts as a clan with someone else that might have acted against your husband and the rest of the delegation?
To be perfectly honest with you, there have been several disappearances, and even one apparently accidental death in the woods near my clan's village. And to be perfectly honest with you, before I left, my husband was in fact scouting this forest. We didn't. I had to stay for Drift Hall, and I didn't get to see him before I left. He didn't return from this expedition. So,
Did you notice any strange animals in that forest before leaving?
no.
Yeah, it seems odd to have all these disappearings.
Wonder
Like
for a second.
animals leave remains behind. They do not just
Yeah.
make people disappear completely.
Have you noticed any kind of strange rumor about weird trees growing around or something?
We have heard about these trees, but we haven't encountered any around our village.
I sure hope that is not the case. If it is, this may be quite dire.
Well, as I understand, you have had experience in dealing with strange occurrences like this.
Oh, we sure have, and none of them have been pleasant, and most of them have ended quite poorly, I have to say.
So I ask on the behalf of the Riza and myself as the Jarl of the Riza that you might aid us in this.
I cannot speak for the entirety of this party, but as for myself, if they agree, I do not mind trying to help you if we come across this path. We do not know what may happen after this meeting, I suppose, and what our road
Yeah.
will be.
Can we give you a definitive answer at the gathering? I am also in favor of helping, but there are priorities that need to be settled.
That's not understandable. It gladdens me that you are even considering helping, and yes, you don't have to give me an answer right now.
Also, if should we choose this to accept this, perhaps you can give us a guide. I don't know, someone that knows your lands and
Or rather, the waters.
I'm sure that we can afford to give you someone.
one other question that I have is, have you heard about the proposal of the Olyarl?
Oh yes, I believe it is a wonderful proposal.
Think so?
I see.
We are a warrior people. We worship Vani, the god of war. It is where we feel most at home. And we've already selected our champion for the contest whenever it is to come.
Oh,
Oh, you'll see.
well, maybe you can delay the decision of participating or not until the gathering itself. Things will be revealed there that might influence your.
Of course, we will vote at the gathering whenever that it is proper.
I see that you see that decision in quite a favorable light, but
Indeed.
maybe you would consider reconsidering.
I mean, maybe you can consider other targets for your champion, other than allies. That's more
Like-
productive.
The way I think of this. Well, I hope this isn't the case, but many clans have been targets in this couple of months. And I sure hope yours wasn't as well. I do not know what has happened, at your home, and we hope to reach that place. We wish to help because this does seem like it would be part of this entire charade that is going on now. But think of bolstering your numbers instead of dwindling them for now. We may need all the help that we can get.
Oh, do not worry about it. We will not commit something we cannot afford to lose.
What we can afford to lose and what we cannot afford to lose may be quite different in reality.
I'll think of it. You see that she's taken a little bit aback by her proposal, as she was very eager to take for her clan to take part in this contest.
Vondel sees that she is, a bit taken aback by that and says, "Look, I am also of the thought that fights are great. War is something that brings people together in, a different way that, say, a party. I enjoy myself a scuffle. I enjoy myself a fight. Tasting blood on the battlefield is something that does not compare to anything else. But in these times, we need to consider that there may be other things that are more important, believe it or not. I do not mean to say that you may be wrong to think so, but we've seen plenty of destruction lately, and again, we do hope that no such thing has occurred to your homeland. But you may need your forces there at some point.
We appreciate your concern, she says. To be honest, right now we are more concerned with what's happening back at home. The contest, yes, it will be a good distraction. I believe it is a good idea what Mother Goodbarg is trying to achieve. After all, that's why she's the Jarl. Though, as I said, even if we go ahead, this contest is not something that we will commit, that we cannot afford to lose. When you have a blunted weapon, a broken sword, or a broken axe, you just throw it away? Or do you give it a new purpose? Maybe melt it down to create a new weapon? Or give it a new shaft? It is how we see committing our champion to this contest.
There may be a greater contest at hand, and it may be soon.
Can you fight with a broken sword? Then
I can fight with my fist if I have to, and if I don't have my fist, I will fight with my teeth. And if I don't have my thief, I will bash my head against my enemy until he's dead.
Such passion. Such thirst for war. You would have made a great Ryza.
Oh, he had a few nettle meads on his way here, so yeah.
Tastes like piss, that meat. I prefer the one at the meat hall.
Bah, meat has nothing to do with this. This is what I am. I'm a warrior, and warriors are not bound by clans or by gods or by anything. We are our own. But what is this weapon you're talking about?
Oh, you'll see. I want to spoil the surprise.
And then Vonda looks to the right at the ship with the blue giant thing,
Yes.
and then he raises a questioning eyebrow at the Jarl.
And she gives you an awkward smile.
Are you truly not willing to say more?
Why spoil the surprise?
Well, you know, we've had plenty of surprises by now, but certain things, you know, can be pieces of a hidden puzzle.
And she approaches you and kind of lowers herself down to so she can whisper close to your ear, as this woman is very tall. As I said, she's a tall folk, half giant or whatever. And she says, there are those among us that are cursed. And they share the same color of the skin as that guy over here. It is why we have brought him along, and why he will be the one to fight in the arena. And that, in that way, he can serve his clan better than he could have otherwise.
And then Vondel fixed for a second. What is this curse you're talking about?
Do you not see his skin?
I do.
There's vile things flowing through his veins. Vile magics. To be fair, previously, those of his kind would have just been killed as babies when found in the forest, or just abandoned there, left to die. But we took him in, gave him a chance to one day prove himself, and that day has come finally for him, and it will be at this contest, in which he will be purified, I'm sure, and serve his clan on the battlefield, in the sacred contest, and then at Ragnarok, if God's willed it, Ivani accepts him at his side.
Vonda looks one more time at the at the blue giant, well, half giant, whatever you call them,
Tall
small folk. Is he strong?
As strong as any tall folk. He's a little bit clumsy, but he is as stronger than most.
Is he good with navigation?
He's good with fishing.
Good with fishing, you say? He looks at him one more time.
Do not worry yourselves about him.
He looks very similar to something that we've seen a couple of days ago, I suppose.
Blue as he is.
Blue as he is.
And did they fight against you? Was it a friend or foe what you have found?
I cannot say if they were a friend or a foe. We had fought it, yes.
As I said, his lineage is cursed.
Oh no. It was different.
Be-
While
How
they
did
did
it help?
fight, We fight against people that are not necessarily our enemies all the time, don't we?
Yes.
And there's always differences in perspective.
Yes.
This thing that we fought, I am still unsure. They seem to be an enemy, but they didn't seem to bear any malice towards us. They seem to fight towards their own purpose. I do not understand what this curse you are talking about is. You may know better, you may not. That is, well, I guess irrelevant at this point.
Might be that you found exactly what he is descendant of.
Well, it might very well be. And that thing was damn strong, if I say so myself.
Well, still do us proud then.
Well, he might serve other purposes, so don't be so quick as to discard him. You remember that you said that you have problems back at your homeland? Maybe if he is that strong and that useful, maybe he could serve as our guide. Instead of having him fall on the arena and not serving any purpose here. But, well, maybe in the afterlife. Maybe he could help to save your husband and your people. Maybe that's a greater purpose than just blood.
And you would request him specifically to be your guide?
Well,
we could provide someone that I'm sure it can be faithful and strong. That will not turn against you whenever you...
Has he ever turned against you?
No, but who knows when his affliction might activate.
Does it usually happen?
Never has happened. Not yet, but who knows? The closer we get to the end, the closer I believe he may become a problem.
Then what would happen in the Hall of the Slain? Could his, I don't know, spirit, do you call it? What would happen? Anyway.
If he dies valiantly, Vani will take him in. And Vani will be able to cure him.
Could we have a talk with this person, if you don't mind, after we're done with our business?
If you insist, I don't see why not.
You know, we like to take our chances.
Very well. You want to talk to him now or later?
Well, it depends on what else we have to discuss here. And he looks towards the rest of the party.
I think you discussed enough, Model.
Yeah.
Maybe we can speak to him after we are done with speaking to the other clans, if that is not a problem to you.
Not at all.
Okay. And Model nods in appreciation of the welcoming atmosphere.
See you at the gathering.
See you tomorrow. And as you depart, what is your next destination?
What was near the orc?
War and Yorn.
I don't know.
Let's go on and then finish it off with the war.
Yeah.
So you have Orn, War, Lutan.
Oh, and loot.
Yeah, let's take it in this order.
Yes. Let's loot the war
On first.
All right. As you are departing, by the time that you reach close back to the Holheim district, you cannot. You kind of get the feeling that you're being followed a little bit.
Oh, who dares?
Perception check?
All right. Full perception.
We all get the feeling that we are being followed, or just
Yes,
somebody?
yes. All of you.
Okay, where the hell is my
Google there.
And let's see. Was that perception?
Perception is.
Himnar nu are wisdom mare?
Nu, e pe strength.
Okay.
He's a strength cleric.
A muscle priest.
I will not roll. I'm not interested in whoever is following.
All right, so it's not hard to see that the one that is following, because it stands out from the rest of the crowd. You see that he's trying to somewhat hunch over, so he better blends with the crowds. But even so, he towers above everyone else. He's wearing what appears to be a cloak over his body, as an attempt to become more inconspicuous, but it is impossible for him. So unless you roll the natural one, let's say, it's possible that you realize exactly that this guy is the one following you. As you all turn back and look at him, he kind of knows that he's been caught, and he's flicking his eyes from left to right, and then settles upon you. He gives you a smile with a mouth of full crooked teeth, and he kind of addresses you with a voice gentle and well spoken. And as he removes the cloak from his head, you realize it is the blue man that you have seen just not long ago at the Ryza delegation. And she says, "Greetings, I am Odur of the Ryza, and I have come to speak with you."
Well, hello
What a
there.
pleasant surprise. We wanted to speak with you as well, but we have. Yes. Well, now that
I could not help but overhear some of the conversation that you had with the Jarl.
Well, that's some damn good hearing he's got over one ship that she was whispering to.
Okay, I didn't hear much, but I know that she plans on electing me, nominating me for the contest. And I am now not one to shy away from a battle, but I would be lying if I would say that I am eager to die in this what I consider to be a useless combat arena, or whatever it is called. So I have come to ask for a personal favor, if there is a way or something that you could convince the Jarl as to not have me fight in this contest. I know it's a lot to ask, but I know you don't know me, but
Your Jarl said that you are cursed. How are you cursed?
I do not understand myself. As what I've been told all of my life. Because of the color of my skin, they say that I am a blight to their to the people, to the Torfolk. I am taller than most, as you can see. And now that he straightens up, you realize that he is one or two heads bigger than the tallest other Torfolk of the brown coloration. And I am more resistant and resilient to the cold. Other than that, I do not know. I never had any vile thoughts of doing any malicious or evil thing. I don't understand exactly what my curse is. Only that I have one. He shrugs.
If our friend Scar would be here, I know for certain that he would ask you, what is your carrying capacity?
What is that? I am very strong.
Well, it's good that you came to us. It shows us that you have a side that sees beyond mere combat just for the purpose of battling and sacrificing people. We cannot make this decision on the spot, obviously, but your words have been heard and we shall consider them after tomorrow's gathering.
That is all I can ask. And I thank you.
Also, does he seem sincere in saying that he doesn't like the fight and he wants to avoid being the designated champion?
He said that he enjoys the fight, but not a senseless fight.
Yes.
He appears to be sincere. He comes off as the type of the gentle giant kind.
Alright. Half giant, but yeah.
Giant as in size.
Wanda will also get closer to him to like inspect him as in warrior capabilities.
Well, yes, you see that he's pretty well made, muscle bound and all. Probably as strong, if not stronger than the other Thorfolk.
What do you know about the disappearances in your homeland?
Only that people are disappearing. I have once walked those forests myself, and I have returned.
Have you seen any weird trees or something?
No.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
We often deal with trees in such a way because that's most of what we are exporting to other clans and whatnot.
Are you a woodworker?
I enjoy working on wood usually, but not in a way. I can carve small figures and whatnot. Though I never got to work on any sort of ship or something like that. And here, this I made myself. And you see him taking from his, removing from his back a huge fucking club that is almost the size of Vondel and has many spikes coming out of it.
Oh boy.
Spike club, giant club. Like
So it's
like
literally just a normal club with spikes on it, right?
Yes, normal for him, but it's a giant club in a way. Because le mai ai și pe alea care sunt the size of baseball bats. I know this is almost the size of you.
That looks impressive.
It has served me
So
well.
that's your weapon of choice, huh?
Aye.
Wonder not in the plural. Fitting. Well, I cannot promise anything because, well, nothing is certain in these times, but... well, we are trying to, suppose, gather allies, and we may have to request, well, your proficiency in certain things. But, well, that will have to wait for tomorrow.
I thank you.
We'll see how everything will unfold.
Whatever you can do, I will be grateful. And is there anything I can do for you as well? I would be glad to do it. I will return now before they panic for seeing me amiss. But if there's anything you can do, please try. And then he turns around, he sets his cloak, his hood, and returns towards his Ryza clan.
Alright.
At least it seems willing, if anything is to be positive, I suppose.
Well, he's better with us than with his own clan for the moment. They seem to not trust him with anything, so he might be a good addition for us.
Oh, absolutely. We do need some more brawn, I believe.
We trusted Scar, and he has Jordan blood. I think we can trust
Don't say that out loud.
Thorfolk as well. Only between 5 of us. I think he is trustworthy.
When it comes to trusting Scar, I don't know what his blood has to do with anything. I think there's other problems he's got.
Let's see whoever is left of the Orn. Oh, or maybe we can have a 5-minute break?
Alright,
Sounds good.
see you in 5 minutes.
Thanks.
It's for the Orn talks, you're elected to conduct the discussions. Elf to elf, these are the elven clans, more or less. And as you arrive, just as you remember, there is a single Orn longship tethered near the House of the Stone. A tattered and well-soiled banner with a great eagle flutters in the wind. A handful of warriors sit and watch blankly across the churning Serpent Sea. The mood at the Drift Hall is mostly jolly. People are drinking, being merry and having fun and being boisterous and laughing and kicking each other around and whatnot. But that's not the case for the people wearing the colors of the Orn. They seem mostly melancholic, and they stare into the nothing. They find no purpose in life. They are depressed for the things that they have lost, and that is pretty obvious as you see them. As you approach, someone recognizes you, and they recognize Torgred as she gives you a courteous nod of greetings, and she says, "Welcome. It's nice that you have made it here as well."
Well met. We'll see each other sooner than we anticipated.
You honor us by flying under our banner, looking towards your ship at the other part.
Oh, it has been proven quite helpful for us as well. So the honor is only ours.
I'm afraid not for long, she says, but
What do you mean?
once word will reach, will become public of our diminished power, I believe that that banner won't protect you as much as others. But regardless, it's nice that you have stopped by. Can I still count on you that tomorrow you will tell in front of the others, in front of the world, what you have seen and what you have experienced back at our island?
But of course, we have already we have already passed down what our adventures on the islands, and you can count on us for to vouch and confirm the events that transpired. How's the reconstruction been going on?
Not well. We don't have nearly enough people, and we don't have resources. It will depend on the judgment that will be passed on tomorrow to see exactly what our future holds, she says. But I am speaking a little bit out of turn, she says, for I am not. We no longer have a Jarl, and I am not the acting chief of the acting chieftain of the clan. As it turns out, there was a ship, this one, still traveling while the devastation happened. And this ship belongs to Oda. And she is our highest ranking member right now. I have accompanied her here as an advisor. Though she's often at the mead hall digging her sorrows.
Oh, so would you recommend for us to talk with her, or would you convey our messages to her when she comes back?
Both can be true. Though I am glad that you have come to me first, for I believe that she is planning something that might not be that wise.
Oh, well, that's quite alarming.
And she, please, I need to have a private moment with people here. And she dismisses those closest to her. So she believes that there is no hope for us. And she's planning on a surprise attack over of the Lutan clan, which will end in the deaths of many, I'm sure of our warriors as well included. They outnumber us with many, but she plans to die valiantly in battle, and while taking as many Lutans down as possible as an act of revenge. And she has a very dedicated crew, and I believe that they would follow her in such an attempt.
That's nonsense.
That's sort of pure desperation, sounds to me. I
Have lost
respect
much.
people that want, settle matters, conflicts, but one must first realize its own forces before it acts. So I believe. And you say she already has some people that are backing her up?
All of her people are backing her up. But she will not move before the gathering has happened. So maybe we can convince her otherwise. Maybe you can help get a good resolution for us, and she might not have to do this.
What
Maybe
if
we
we
can give her a new purpose.
What if we obtain large compensations from the Lutans that will be transformed into resources for the clan, for your clan?
That would be ideal, yes. We'll probably sway her into rebuilding rather than going out in a blaze of glory.
That's just, as Leaf said, complete nonsense. It's pretty much dooming the existence of the remaining of the clan.
And even if you are going to lose the status as a great clan, know that you are a friend to us and you are always welcome to join our ranks, and you'll have our protection.
For what that is worth.
Well, it's good to know. Depending on what happens tomorrow, if those that do not wish to die just yet, I will tell them that there is an alternative in joining you on your expeditions.
As Oda, I think we already can guess the answer to this, but I'm not gonna ask anyway. Has Oda already gathered Mother Gunbark's strategy for the upcoming feature, the arena plan?
She has been informed, yes, and that was another way that we could go out in a blaze of glory. That she thought of it. Probably what gave her an idea of throwing herself over at the axes and the spears and the swords of the Lutan clan.
That's just
But
unbelievable.
as I said, if there's any chance for the Orn coming after the gathering, I'm sure that she can be swayed to accept something that does not imply drastic measures.
Aye.
So we can find her at the meat hall.
Yes, except for the late night or the early morning, she's mostly at the meat hall. You wish to meet her before...
We'd better have a word with her,
Yeah.
either now or a bit later.
Alright. Well, I'm glad that you're on our side, and I'm glad that you were there to save at least some of us. That we can be here and let the world know of the atrocities that have happened here.
This comes as most unfortunate news because we ourselves have reasons to believe that the Drift Hall itself might be in danger, and given
Really?
that this only fuels this potential conflict is most troublesome. We want
People fighting against each other, which is forbidden here at Drift Hall, it surely fuels some fires.
yes, which is the thing that we fear the most and we are trying to avoid. And so far the opinions have been we've been gathered quite mixed opinions. And I must say it's most surprising that Oda decided to just go full on attack, either motivated or just out of a pure decision.
I'll be honest with you, we did try to rebuild back at home, but it's almost impossible. We dug for whatever resources that we could still find, but the island is mostly uninhabitable. There's nothing left. We only have a goat that we keep killing every morning, an everlasting goat to feed ourselves, but there's nothing that we can build our houses with again. Nothing to look forward to. No place of beauty as we have liked to gaze upon every day. Throughout the existence of our clan. So the mood has soured ever since you left us. We were hopeful at first, but when met with hardship after hardship and we found nothing except for cooled lava rocks, well, it gets to you. We sleep in caves.
Can only imagine.
And still smell the flesh, the singed flesh of our fallen brethren.
Maybe, as part of the compensation, we can transform that island into a temple for the fallen, and you can be relocated to some other island. How is that sounding to you?
It would help us, that's for sure. We can't even afford to send a priest to serve at the House of Stone to our god Palter. We have none left. And you know what's funny is that I don't know if you're feeling bad about it, where they just mock us, but the Lutan priest is both attending the shrine of Luta and our shrine for Palter. I don't know how to take that.
Well, as long as he's respectful and doing the rites accordingly, there should be no otherwise.
He's doing that here. He's attending it.
Attending to the shrine. So each clan has usually worships another god, and when the House of Stone, each clan has a priest or a cleric assigned at the shrine of their own god to do the rites, the prayer and whatnot. But yes.
So what you're saying is that your clan no longer has somebody to be in contact with your god?
Not at Drift Hall, no.
But you do at home?
Yes, there is someone. A cleric that was left.
And how has the contact been? Has there been any signs?
From our god? I
From the
mean,
nuts?
she still receives her blessings, Palter. So he's still active, I guess. But nothing, no divine intervention, if that is what you're asking. We have tried to set his statue back up to a place of honor, but it is almost impossible to dig for so much lava, cold lava rock. Regardless, if there's anything that you can do and stop bloodshed, I will support you wholeheartedly, 100%. And I've been trying to do the same by advising her in alternatives that do not include the full extension of the Orn clan. And I believe it will be key to what happens at the end tomorrow.
If no one else will, I will speak for you at the gathering, and I will be the one asking for compensation in your favor. It's
Great. Thank you.
It's something that I will do. I will also ask a favor of you, Thorgrid, if possible.
Anything we can provide.
To be vigilant from now until the gathering, and even during the gathering, Look for signs of people that are agitated or they are trying to agitate others. Look for signs of people that might provoke disturbances. Help us prevent this dream that we all had, this shared dream.
Can do. Yes.
Thank you.
Alright.
Wanda will also go close to Hrolf and ask him, do you think that it would be possible to settle the horns near the place where the wolf live?
Bet it wouldn't have been dangerous.
Dangerous to whom?
Well, remember what we fought.
I do.
I'm thinking that maybe the Lutans will see some of their land. It's better land after all. Not so high north. It's fertile. Can be built upon. Well, I mean, what do they need it? Because the Lutans are mostly living on their ships, except for one of two permanent structures, villages, whatever you guys have.
That is true. I just don't trust, well, their actions.
Alright, I don't believe you'll be comfortable living so close to one another.
Do you have any idea of where they could settle down? You're way more experienced with travel, I suppose, in these parts of the world.
It will be difficult for any clan to accept to giving up any sort of land, but there are other Bainder lands. Could conquer them. We could have them settled there. The western shores, I hear, they're pretty fertile, even more so than the lands of the Lutan. They could rebuild there in record time.
We could ask for the wolf's opinion on this as well. Maybe they know something.
Lately, in the last few years, raiders haven't gone much over to the western shores. They have barricaded themselves pretty strongly there. We'll see. But yeah, that could be an idea. When you land to get that is well and proper.
I see. Well, thank you for your ideas.
Let's see what the bastards over there have to say. Over the war. Still venom in his words.
Oof, I share that venom. Well, then we'll be on our way.
Aye.
Take care.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Hrolf is so salty that I suddenly got an urge for a drink. At the meat hall.
So going back to the meat hall.
Well, let's satisfy our friends' thirst then, shall we?
Just to see if we find Oda.
Alright. So no war.
Ah, we can come back.
Sure. That shouldn't be a problem.
E aceeași scenă aici?
Păi da, e sunt în negație.
Ok, atunci hai să vedem orul. It's fine.
No, it's fine, nu-i problemă. Doar că era aproape
Da, păi
geografic.
să vizităm ori. Nu mi-am dat seama, eram zoomat.
Și nava voastră e aici.
Yeah, sure. Let's visit the war then.
Right.
Let's visit our gully.
Himnar, vrei să preiei tu la War sau la Lutan? Că sigur Vondel probabil nu o să vrească foarte mult la Lutan.
Well,
Era bine cu Scar dacă prelua el la VAR, evident.
well, Scar is not here, so...
I mean, keep it for last. If there's nothing, I mean, if there is still time at the end, we'll do war. If not,
Da, hai așa.
așa
Da, trebuie să ne gândim un pic că... Hai așa, adică să lăsăm War la final. Dar trebuie să vorbim un pic cine vorbește la Lutan, că Lutan e clar că sunt un pic sort of dangerous. Și poate ar fi bine să vorbească cineva mai amicable, mai diplomatic. Leaf,
Like
maybe?
Vandal?
Adică cred că o să le facem pe toate, că eu am un plan să facem și gathering-ul astăzi, așa că...
Yeah,
Holy
it
shit.
doesn't matter the order.
Exact. Before you get to depart, either one way or another, Gully approaches you. Hail and well met, friends. How are finding the Rift Hall?
How are you finding the Driftfall?
Wonderful. I believe we have a good chance of being acknowledged as a great clan that we are. It will only require that you vouch and tell what you have seen and what we have fought together. Only
Indeed,
truths, of course.
we shall not restrain ourselves and we shall deliver the truth.
Very well. We also prepared warriors for the contest that is to come. We're eager to prove ourselves. And I'm sure that we will become champion. I will fight myself at the contest. As champion of the war.
Was this? What was her name? Aldis? Aldis's decision? Or did you
Yes.
volunteer for this?
It was a decision that we took together. It was either herself or I, but she still has the clan to lead. And she is more fit for that.
The problem with that idea is that it's a very bad timing to send warriors fight each other while we have a lot of enemy that you are aware of.
You don't agree with the contest?
Not necessarily, quite the opposite. We're against it.
I mean, if you think it's not right, we won't do it.
If
Gulu,
you,
we don't oppose contests, we don't oppose challenges, believe me. But this is a waste. This is a waste of warriors. This is a waste of resources, of powerful allies. And we can unite against the Ragnarok that you know is coming, that you have seen its agents. This is a massive waste. That's why we are against it. And we have a good reason to believe it may be delayed until we get everyone on the same page and we make everyone aware Ragnarok is coming and we need to be prepared. We need to stand united, not waste our powerful warriors in useless combat and just to prove themselves they are stronger than others, when we can prove in battle how strong we truly are.
Say no more, friend. You have taken a leap of faith in trusting me, as I took you to my sister. Though I don't understand exactly why we shouldn't partake. But if it is important, if you believe it's important, I will withdraw the vote. I'm sure that my sister will agree of the war clan to the contest. Don't worry about it.
with
I'm
our
sure this is what we want.
With our support, I don't think there is a need for you to prove yourself in battle. The war is
Very well.
quite able.
We will do as you say
And also,
and as you advise.
objectively, it will be quite a shame, given that your clan has risen, to this size of yours right now. It would be a shame now to just diminish it willingly.
That's a
Don't you
take,
find
I
that?
guess. Yes, that makes sense. That's how to say it.
There's also another aspect. Your wolves are quite fierce, and some of the other clans do not see them how we see them, with good eyes. They see them as agents of hell, and hell is unfortunately not entirely to be trusted by the clans because of the prophecies or so-called
Nonsense.
prophecies.
Nonsense. That's nonsense.
We understand.
yeah.
So having them fight other raiders, other clans might be a negative aspect.
Alright, you have convinced me. I mean, whatever you think is best, we will do.
Well, that's reassuring.
Only you will
Yep.
soon get the chance to test yourself in battle against real foes,
I.
not imaginary ones.
So that's the perks of having someone, a clan at a high rep with. They're easy to convince.
One other thing,
Yes.
there might come people that will try to provoke you, to agitate you. We believe that there is someone that might want to destroy this gathering, prevent it to happen or to finish properly. We've shared a dream, all of us, the Faebearers together. We've seen the Driftfall burning. So try to, I know you are proud people and you want to prove yourself, but try to not answer any stupid provocation until the gathering. And be on your toes. Be vigilant. I know it's a lot of us to ask of you, but
Ești pe mut azi.
I will do that. We already there have been many attempts at people trying to provoke us for both our goddess of choice, but none of which dare to approach our district that much. I believe they fear the beast that we ride in battle, and they look. He motions towards the wolves assembled on the ship as if they were born to sail on the ships.
and you can hear in the distance.
They are not beasts. They are bounded by hell herself.
Children of hell.
Yes.
Aye. Well, I guess they wouldn't have allowed me to fight alongside my wolf in the contest anywhere, so that would have been unfair. But, alright, I'll not be participating then. Not worry about it. And I will try to be wary of any unnecessary provocations.
And also try and be wary of, well, people attempting to do something mischievous. We fear that there may be forces infiltrating this place. And
Even
maybe
here?
pretty much everywhere.
Hell.
Maybe the wolves can smell better than we can see.
Definitely.
Maybe
No,
they can
w-
smell the Iron Witch's trolls.
Though I believe the drift hole is warded against the eyes and the influence of the witches. That's what they've told me. They have a great effigy placed at the House of Stone that serves as repellent of the witches. Does that work? I don't know. That's what they told us. That it
I
would.
believe we should still be wary. And also,
I-
there have been sightings, like we've seen this ourselves, of food being poisoned with ironwood seeds. We do not know if there's a possibility that these kind of seeds will sprout around here anywhere. With the whole distraction of this meeting, of this gathering, we may be surrounded by enemies.
You've
That's
seen
worrisome.
that tree at the Wolf Pike. How
Yes.
dangerous it was.
Out of every clan here, we have fought against the influence of the witches the most. I know that to be true.
Have you had any contact with hell as of late?
Myself, no. Sister usually does have contact, but not lately either. She's been silent.
This is of great worry.
I'm sure she's busy with something else.
London shakes his head. I do not know. It seems that there is something very wrong going on.
Possible.
We have tried to speak to her before we left your island, and then we have tried to speak to her before arriving here, and she refused to. And she also refused to speak with her aide, which, is part of our party.
We're experiencing similar experiences as you when it comes to hell. She no longer talks to us, doesn't send us on missions, and she hasn't sent any wolf recently to our clans to bestow upon our best warriors. We assume that she is dealing with other influence of one kind or another.
We are afraid that there may be something infiltrating, I suppose, her good graces, and she may be influenced in ways and turned to mistrust us. Her attention being swayed elsewhere.
Let's not jump to conclusions. I'm sure she will contact us when needed.
I commend you for your belief, your strong belief, and your faith. But maybe, just maybe, be wary of it. Think of it. Weird things are happening, and we cannot really afford to be very complacent at such times of need.
Aye.
Our hellbound friend was mentioning an influence that he noticed near hell. Some sort of a serpentine creature. Did you notice anything like this?
No. I will ask my sister.
All right.
Think there's a case for worry at the moment.
We have a lot of things to worry, so...
Not good.
Yes. Well, it's good to know that you support our decision as well in this matters. We'll see you at the gathering then.
Aye. Have a great day.
Before he leaves, he will tell Gully, please keep an eye on the Lutants and maybe have some scouts or eyes around the drift hall to report on anything suspicious.
All right.
Great to see again, warrior. And he clasps hands with him.
He does as well. Mano a mano. You're moving to the mid hall next.
Aye.
Is Torget stuck on screen?
Aye.
Da.
Da. In order to remove her, I must restart this shit because it broke. Ok, alright, o să deschid din nou Foundry și o să le corectăm. As you arrive. Poftim?
Trebuie să dăm și noi restart?
Da, probabil, că am închis de tot Foundry. You go back towards the VAR district and now enter the mid hall that you have previously passed by a couple of occasions. And as you open the doors, it has 2 stories. And the level above even has balconies with people.
1 second, it's telling me administrator access required.
Păi dacă n-am deschis încă.
Nu l-ai deschis.
Să fac double multitasking aici.
Ok.
Oh, shit.
Credeam că a început totul fără noi.
Nu. Da, o să fie când mă întorceți. Now it should be fine.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
You're okay.
Sweet smells of meat and roasted fowl fill the air surrounding this hemskip. There's 2 keyhole entrances lead to the floating dining hall, and beyond this is a smoky den full of boisterous men and women tapped kegs and open grills between the tables. And there are numerous trolls branded with the symbols of the Dvar, bringing food and drinks to the table. People are being mostly merry around here, having talks with one another. Rumors are passed around, and friendships are being made, and rivalries as well. Glancing around, there seem to be warriors from all of the clans, but some people that are acting a little bit different than the others. There is this couple here that seem to be going through some sort of a grief together and trying to comfort each other, and other people that just drink but do not feel necessarily happy about it and wearing the symbols of the Orn over to the north part here.
Those two people at the bottom, what symbols do they wear?
Tvar.
Tvar, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I believe I know who they are.
Right.
Alright. So,
Oda?
let's
Find
move.
the orders.
All right. And this woman here, half elf as well, much younger than Rolf, bearing some resemblance with Torgrid, almost as if they are related somewhat. She rises with a drink in her hand and a drinking horn. She extends it towards you, pointing towards you, and she says, "If it isn't the bearers of fate, Skull," she says, and the warriors at her side also, Skull in your name. Are you here to see me?
I.
Yes, yes.
To what
ma'am.
do I owe this honor?
We merely want to see how the Orn are faring.
I have heard of your exploits and of your help that you have provided to my people. And I am grateful and forever indebted to you.
Well, it was something that needed to be done at that moment, and we are glad that we were able to help in any way. And maybe we can also offer you some counsel.
Regardless of what you have done and saving some of us, I'm afraid we're still doomed. Regardless. We have tried to rebuild, but have been unable to mount to anything. I believe that I'm almost confident that you and I and everyone here probably see the last of the war today. For tomorrow will be no longer.
I smash my fist on the table.
And then you lift it up and shake it because it hurts, right?
But I don't let her see that.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, is this the way a leader is supposed to act in front of
I'm no leader. I'm just.
Then what are you? These people.
I'm the designated survivor.
Well,
I'm no Jarl.
it's a position you didn't want yourself to be found in, but now that you're in, you have to consider that you can't act so rash all of a sudden. I understand the lands of Velgor are quite harsher than have ever been, but that's no reason to send all your people to damnation, willing.
And she narrows her eyes. You have spoken to Torgret.
Yes, we did.
Hmm.
And also, you mentioned that today or tomorrow is last day you're gonna see it was a complete giveaway of what she has told us.
What would you have us do then?
Are you willing
Well,
to hear our counseling?
Of course.
Go ahead, Zaid.
Well, first and foremost, we are thinking of two possibilities at the moment. You might be able perhaps to get some sort of compensation from the Lutens given the certain events that have transpired with you. Or there's also the possibility of potentially looking into relocating your clan. It would be quite a shame for, clan such big as Ord was, just let it vanish in pure chaos without some sort of glory in it. This is what your people are on this world. This is what you're seeking. Am I wrong?
Little perception. Little perception of persuasion.
Oh boy.
Can I help him
Yes.
by adding a few words so he can run with advantage?
Yes.
I will also add a few things. Every ending is a potential new beginning, and for your clan to start anew, it is a good thing now, because from the survivors will spread only the strongest roots around. And there have been cases in the past where clans return to the greater status. Look at the war right now, how they fare, and what is their history. So you shouldn't despair that much. Truly, you are in a dire position, but from here on, it's only going to be better, with us as your support. And that was my helping.
Yes,
Okay.
go for the roll.
Can Vondel say something afterwards?
Of course.
Almost.
Okay. Go, Vondel.
Okay. Well, Vondel is sitting next to her, right? So he's going to put his hand, like a strong hand, on her shoulder and turn her head, like just to look him straight in the eye. Look, I have my own quarrels with the Lutens. I hate the Jarl as much as the next person. And I've got my past. And I will tell you this. The worst thing you can do is to give in, to try to do meager damage to them. They will just play into their hands. They've most clearly made it, they've made it clear that they want to destroy you for whatever reason that is. And what I believe, and what I've been doing since they've tried to destroy me as well, is live, prove them wrong, be strong. There will be a chance to get our revenge. And I will make sure that the blood of that snake will drip from the end of my axe. And you should just look forward to that. We'll do everything that is possible to help you in any way we can. And your people have proven that they're strong-willed. They've tried from nothing to make something. So I believe that you, of all people, should be comforting them. You should be giving them hope. Even if there's none, make it be so. Believe in them.
She nods, looks at Vondel, looks at Zeiss, looks at Leif. She takes a deep breath, gives off a sigh, and she says, this only solidifies my thoughts that there's not much I can do for my people. But you are of some renown around here. You are in a special position. as the chosen of the Wolf. For as long as you will try to assist us in one way or another, it is possible that you may yet bring hope to our clan or help us a future. I never been much of a leader myself beyond that of my crew. I don't know how to be a Jarl, and I do not know what to do. So, since you seem to know better, I will defer most of the decisions that I was going to make to you until at least we see the results of the tomorrow's gathering. So, all right. I agree. I won't do anything. Nothing that could compromise our future one way or another.
You're already starting to speak like a real leader. Look at you.
She smiles a little bit.
And I am quite far, as I said. I am no leader myself, but sometimes it's just the principles you have applied to your crew. They're just, I think, at the end of the day, they're pretty much similar, I would say.
We will see how we fare tomorrow. Thank you for coming out to visit me.
Well, before parting or anything, Vondel will also say, well, you may not be a good leader right now, or not a leader at all, as you say. But that's where we all begin. I am not a good leader. I've not even thought about that before. But soon, everybody will hear the name of Vondel. And they will stand in awe at everything that they hear. My power. And you should do the same. Strive for the best. You're stronger than you think. The worst thing that a leader can lack is courage and the will.
And opposite to when you placed a firm hand on her shoulder, she places a soft hand on the top of your own hand, and she says, "They have already started. The people now hearing about the name Vondel. I too have heard of it and of your deeds." And she nods respectfully.
There will be great more than they will hear.
I look forward to it.
As
And
you should.
For a second, she's not thinking of her own demise, as she is making plans for the future. Very well. Thank you.
Well then, let's see what's gonna happen tomorrow. Until
Yes.
then,
Come on, Vondel, let's make your name heard to the Lutans as well.
Oh, I look forward to that.
Yeah.
And as he gets up, he will also shake her hand, just like any other, man, and be like,
Yes.
from warrior to warrior.
Warrior to warrior.
And future leaders. And he gives her a wide grin.
Awesome.
while we're on the way to the Lutons, I'm just gonna say sorry guys for snapping there, but I am giving us away. But when she said that it was the last time we were gonna meet her, I felt like all the troubles we have been through on that goddamn island were for nothing, and I just couldn't help myself. It was as if she was throwing away all of our efforts in trying to do the little good that we did there.
Yes,
Get that?
we cannot allow that to happen.
It felt
When you save someone, it becomes your responsibility for them.
Exactly.
Wait. Before leaving that meat hall, I would like to approach that man and woman at the bottom there.
All right.
They are sulking, right? You said
Grieving.
grieving, yes. And
The woman is crying.
I will approach them and I will show them my bad eye, so to say. And I will tell them, you are the parents of the child selected by the wolf, aren't you?
Yes, we are. How did you know?
That is of little importance. Why are you grieving so hard?
We feel like we have lost our world. We feel like we have lost that which helped us fight for the future.
Are you that selfish? Did you hold that child only for your benefit?
What do you mean? It was our child. Ours to take care of, ours to raise.
Yes.
Ours to...
And now it is not yours anymore. It is the wolves and the whole Grimnir. You should be rejoicing for this opportunity, for this chance. Your child now will be part of a greater purpose than simply being your child. Why are you so upset?
Have you ever lost a child? Have you ever had a child?
I don't know. I may have done this in my past. I may have done a lot of mistakes that have brought me here, but never would I have been able to see nothing but grief at the separation. Your child is not dead. He's simply doing better now. He's destined for great purpose, a greater purpose, and you are sulking here. I fear that your intentions are not positive, to say.
You cannot judge us, not until you will go through what we're going right now. Don't mind ourselves with our...
I fear for your future, because...
Don't worry about it. Not for you to worry.
Oh, but it is. It is my place to worry for the benefit of the raiders. If you are going to do something stupid, if you are thinking of doing something stupid, don't.
What do you think we're going to do?
Well, I'm not going to give you ideas. But know that you are being watched, and you should not be grieving.
I believe it's time that you left right now. Leave us in peace.
Very well.
But yes,
Stay
the
in
message
peace.
is noted.
I couldn't help but hear your conversation earlier, and I don't mean to pry. Just steal one moment of your time. I know you are grieving. I am the child of a father who had to, in a way, sacrifice his son, me. When he understood his son had a greater path, he didn't want me to dedicate myself to protecting Grimnir. And yet, he did. He sent me to the Wolf as well, not to be an apprentice, but to see in the future and see where my path lies. And believe me, and while the sacrifice was great, the path was worth it, both for the child and for Grimnir. Because I, along with bearers of fate, were fighting against the Ragnarok. So take heart. While you may find this as a sacrifice and a loss, it may be for the better of everyone. And Himnar turns slowly.
I hope that is true.
English.
Oh, it is too painful to think of that right now. But thank you for your kind words. And they go back to consoling each other. which point you are back on your way to the last clan that you have yet to visit, the Luton clan. Former, or the actual clan of Vondel himself, and the main suspect in your eyes right now. Lutans are a strong clan, always have been. Very warrior-like, even more so, or as much as the Tolfol clan of the Ryza. But the Lutans also have the advantage of having many more people at their disposal, a big part of the clan. And like I said previously, they're a little bit obsessed with the Wolverine and the symbol of the Wolverine that they place upon all of their weapons, and even their hemskip is somewhat carved to resemble a Wolverine. Each of the four corner posts is a clawed leg, and the carved bas-relief of a snarling Wolverine with an open mouth is at the entrance and in the front of the hemskip. As you get closer and closer, you realize that Fearcat is the most comfortable as she reaches into this into the district of the Luton clan. She even embraces some of the other people around here, and she's more familiar with them. You realize in the moment that she too is of the Luton clan, even though at some point in time has been part of the Luton clan. As much as girls are selected to become the wolf, those that do fail usually become seer guards, and just like Fearcat herself. Well, come! I will take you myself to the Jarl.
Oh, you're familiar with him?
Yes, I was born into the Luton clan.
I see. Well, lead the way then.
Very well. And she opens the door here. And as you all make your way inside, you realize that you're catching them a little bit unprepared, as your arrival is not noticed until Fearcat clears her voice to draw attention to you. So you do get to experience some of the interaction that the Jarl, Kier Branasker, has with the Dragonborn woman at his side. She seems to be pacing around, being pretty agitated in a way, even concerned about something, and she looks towards her and she's, Saksa, what the hell are we going to do? They're gonna skin us. And at that moment, Fearcat was like, Jarkir Banesker, the chosen of the wolf. And he immediately changes his face to that of a more serious and more composed leader. He goes to sit in his oversized chair, and he gives a sign with his hand so you can approach in his inner chamber here.
Vondel, as at the sight of him, Vondel just pauses, like it grows literally still mid-step.
Yes, he has matured a little bit more than you remember him. Has a few more battle scars across his visible parts of his body, but he is, as you remember, and those eyes that you have seen as you get stabbed into the chest. Welcome, he says. Welcome to the Luton clan.
Before making it any closer, Vondel, as you know, still at his, he just muttering to himself. Go
ahead.
Do I care? Why do I care? And he looks kind of troubled.
Yes.
And then, just a couple of moments pass, and like a smile forms on his face. He looks at the Jarl, and he is like his smiles grow even wider. Yes, that's why I care. How could I forget why I care? And she steps forward confidently.
And in the back of her mind, you hear a voice. We should kill him now.
Not yet. Not yet.
Can let me out. Can do it together.
Oh, but there's more that I have in store for him. Just killing him won't be enough.
As you seem to recognize him, he doesn't seem to recognize you at all with what the helmet on your face and whatnot. And he looks over at you, he nods, and before you begin to speak, he says, I have heard tales of your exploits, and I have heard that some of the Luton walk amongst you. Which one is it?
Well, if you are not able to recognize your own king, that's pretty bad.
And Bondel looks at him.
Among us will please stand up.
Well, I don't know if there's anybody else among us with the Lutons, but you may remember me.
And he looks back and says, who is that? Remove your helmet. Let me gaze upon your face.
His name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, commander of the armies of the north.
Lucullus.
Crowd cheer.
So you are commanded. He tells you to remove your helmet. Show him who you are.
And Wanda walks a step forward and he turns to his allies and he says, brothers, this is Jarl Kerr, the man so devious that serpents would applaud his passing. And then he steps back, he turns around, and he takes his helmet off and stares straight into his eyes and then says, well, you've grown a bit, but you seem to get uglier every time I see you. Like somebody sculpting an ass out of a human face.
Is that a way to talk to a Jarl? And looking at you, you see that he freezes for a little bit before trying to look tough and whatnot.
Oh, but this is, just a little banter between old friends.
I thought you were dead.
Well, should have done a better job.
And then he falls silent.
Well, the big man you are now.
It is not the time nor the place right now, Fontel. I have heard of this name, though I do not believe it is the same Fontel that I knew. The same Fontel that betrayed me. The same Fontel that conspired against me and my father. I had you like a brother for many years.
Betrayed you? Me?
I...
And he spits on the ground in front of Yar. When?
When?
He raises an eyebrow, as in, go ahead.
You know. When?
He tries to suppress his anger. I do not know, brother.
You must take me for a fool.
Out of all the things I would take you for, a fool is not one.
Jarl Kerr, it seems that the spirits are quite high in this room at the moment.
You have brought the traitor in our midst. Of course they are.
It's a matter of perspective, and it is not my place to judge any here right now. As you said, this might not be the right time. We are here looking for the interest of the whole Grimnir, of the whole world for the moment, and not just the conflict inside the Lutan clan.
Aye, let us set this aside for now, Fontel. We'll get back to it. Not today.
We will.
We have more pressing matters, as your friends are saying.
We have met the Lutans even without Vondel. We have discovered their prowess in battle and their allegiance. So we must say that we were not so impressed. I mean, it's hard to be impressed when you see a clan destroying and looting another clan who is in dire need of assistance. So reaping and benefiting from one's misery, it didn't seem that honorable. Also having people working with the iron, it was also not honorable. So there have been a lot of points that made us think in less than positive way about the Lutans.
You must understand that what has transpired is not as it should have been. And I agree with you, it was not honorable. I approved the raid that was supposed to be an honorable affair, as it is usually customary among our kind. We did not know, I did not know, of the ways that our wizard Tandril has taken. I give you my word, and I wish that that everyone could understand, the other clans as well, all included, that it did not go as planned. We were duped, just as they were.
This is not the first time that we hear clans claiming being duped by iron witches or their trolls. It seems like a recurring theme lately. Also, your word is taken, but not fully accepted due to our bonds with Vondel here. So maybe there is a better way to express this regret that you are mentioning.
What do you propose?
Well, at the gathering, we are going to support the cause of the Orn and ask for reparations and compensations. And what better way for you to prove your regret than to offer Lutan as one of the providers of these compensations?
I will offer whatever compensation it is required of me, as long as people understand that it did not happen as it should have. I did not desire nor ordered the destruction of the One clan. Help me in proving this to the other clans. And, of course, I will pay whatever reparations are required and will be required of me at the gathering. We will not dispute that it was our warriors, our raiders that have done the deed. Though it was not, as I said, the destruction was not as planned.
So how can we support your words? What do you want us to claim?
I have heard that you yourselves have been there, saving the last of the One from extermination.
Yes, we actually encountered this wizard.
Is there no signs that you have seen that you have witnessed that Tandil was not who he used to be, that he was working under the influence of something or someone else?
Oh, that we can attest. Yes.
It's all that I ask. To bear witness to things as they happened, as you have seen, as you have experienced. Nothing more, nothing less. You don't have to lie on our behalf.
Including the end bit, you know, when your last of the raid party was trying to slaughter the last of the children.
We've also captured one Luton earlier while we were making our way inside, and we discussed with that person, and she didn't seem to understand the influence that was covering Trandil and the others. She was quite willing to obey and slaughter the rest of the Orn. So there
It's
are
not possible that they were influenced as well. None of them returned back. As far as I know, none of them survived, and if they did, they might be with their new masters. So it's hard for me to determine and question exactly what has happened there.
Yes, this is also possible. I'm just telling you that our account will be full and we will not hide anything.
That's fair. That's all I can ask.
Well, we might not be on friendly terms with the Luton clan, but after the gathering, at least we will not consider you as part of the enemies of the Fate Bearers. So maybe we can be just acquaintances.
We do not wish to be enemies with any other clan. Or with the Fate Bearers. We have sailed here at the Drift Hall in good conscience, knowing that heavy judgment will be passed down on us for the deeds of our brethren over at the Falegur. And we have still come.
It's quite admirable, I would say so myself. Speaking of enemies or future enemies, what's your opinion on the Olyar's suggestion of sending the best heroes and warriors already to the Hall of the Slain?
A fucking contest is a terrible idea. Now is not the time to waste even more lives.
Well, seems our interests are starting to align. Because we have many reasons to believe that for the quite soon future we will need a more manpower here in this realm rather than
Exactly. The fuck cares if we never reach Ragnarok? The Worn are no longer, and many of the Lutons have been lost on the way as well. We will not send one single warrior or sickly man, aid or thrall into this bloody contest. I have never heard a more terrible idea in my life.
Man, tipul ăsta zice exact ce vreau să aud. Do I believe this? I'm gonna incite him.
You are alert, right?
Observant, whatever.
Observant. You don't even have to. Yeah, he is very passionate
He's very passionate about this.
and he vibes at the same frequency as you.
Sorry, am lipsit tu 2 minute. Ce susține?
Because the contest is a terrible idea, and now is not the time to waste even more lives.
Ah, ok.
Ce zice exact ce
It's hard, right? When there's so many layers and layers, and you don't know what to believe. Who is what? Who is the instigator? Who is the bad guy?
Like it sounds too good to be true, you know? We gotta raise the eyebrow a little bit. Well,
Ce a auzit discuția dintre el și Blue Dragonborn
All of you.
când am intrat?
I love you.
well, as
Yeah.
official speakers for the Wolf, is there anything that has been transpiring in the Luton clan as of late that has potentially, I don't know, given a raise of worry amongst you?
Nay. The only thing that worries us the most is the matter of the Orn. And what punishment, the judgment will pass down upon us tomorrow. I expect it to be harsh. But at least
You know,
I want the world to know that it was not go as planned, as intended. We did not mean to destroy the Orn. I have been fooled by a fucking wizard as much as the crew that sail with him. I do not know what to say.
speaking of that wizard, how long has he been at your side before you sent him into the?
It has been long before my time as a Jarl, yes, sir, my father as well. It's him and the one I have left in my place to rule the clan while I am here at Drift Hall, that have been at my side ever since, before when I was a child, before I was born, with my father. Trusted them.
Yeah,
I trusted them a lot. I trusted Trandil and I trust Rorn.
yeah, that must have come as quite a hard pill to swallow.
Yes. Seems that betrayal is all too common among the Luton clan, and every time it stings me even harder and harder and harder. And he says that he stares directly at Vondel.
And Vondel stares back and he says, yes, it definitely stung.
Right. Well,
Yes.
I like to believe that a mistake admitted is already half forgiven. I can't vouch for what the punishment will be. That's up to the Wolf and the others to be
Aye.
decided. But you have our word that we will pass only the truth, and we will relay the events as we have seen them.
In full honesty, I tell you that we will support that the Orn clan receive reparations and to be able to survive as a clan.
That's not a problem to us.
Well, good.
We'll provide. Just as much as will not diminish us more, I guess.
Well,
Young fair.
promising.
You
Aye.
say you are good intended in this affair with the Orn, that you were not evil in your intents to exterminate them, as it almost turned out. Do you have a proof of your goodwill? We have taken your words, yet
What proof
do you have any deeds?
What proof do you want of me? I will speak.
Something more concrete?
I will speak at the gathering against the contest. That be enough.
Vondel will look at the dragonborn over there.
Mm-hmm.
Does he recognize her?
No,
Or
she's
him?
new. She's new.
Can I do like an insight or perception check to see like its demeanor during the whole conversation?
Insight, yes. Hard to tell. She's very stoic, just stares and analyzes, but she doesn't let out any obvious things or feelings and whatnot.
Any magical fluctuations?
And who is your attendant, Jarl?
Saksa. She is my new magician. I have ousted those that trained under Tandril for the fear of having been manipulated by him or whoever came in contact with him. So I recruited other people, other magicians to take their place. I have not yet eliminated them, not until I have proof, but I keep them separate.
Mondel turns around to leave. Well, I guess we've gotten what we came for, I suppose.
He'll turn around his house towards you. I know it was not honorable, the way that it happened, but it is what you deserved for killing my father.
Mondel turns around and looks at him. For what?
For what?
Yes.
Are you hard of hearing as well?
I must have misheard you.
He, as you approach, he also gets down from his seat and sits up to match you face to face. You are more muscular than him. But,
And probably like a head taller.
taller. Yes. And he looks towards you defiantly. You heard me. I was honor bound to avenge my father. You have killed him. I have learned of such. And I knew there was no way I could take you directly, one-on-one. I had to improvise. So now I find out that you have survived, and my father's murder remains unavenged. Though I am willing to let this rest for now, for the good of the clans, and for the good of the Luton.
Bundle sits there and thinks for a bit. The murder of your father, huh? And you think that I murdered that old bastard as well, huh?
Yes, it was what I have found out, what I have been told.
By whom?
And he narrows his eyes. Does it matter?
Well, of course it does matter. Do you remember me as a person who would kill somebody like that? Have I ever not fought somebody that, well, beneath us be the raids? But have I ever killed anybody in anything but a duel?
You were like a brother to me and my father, as a father to you as well, which hurt even more when I found out it was you, that your hand that did the deed when he took you in as our own.
Bondo is just taken aback for that. No. That whatever the hell you've heard from anybody, it wasn't me. If I ever wanted to kill any one of you, I would have done it in a duel. Straight to your
Impossible.
face.
Ron has shown me evidence.
What evidence? Was my hand there on whatever the hell he got killed with?
Witnesses. He brought them before me.
And you would believe witnesses before you would believe me, who's
I
fought
would
as your
believe
fucking
Warren.
champion.
He was as my father, and my father after I no longer had one. Why would he lie?
And why would you ask me why he would lie, you snake? Like
Well,
how many
snake.
times have I put my life on the line to fight for you, coward? Do you think that I would do that and then try to kill you, or like kill your father, or kill anybody there. If I wanted to do it, if I wanted to do anything like that, I would have asked for it. I'm not afraid of battle, and I never were. What makes you think that I would turn into a coward just for that one moment?
So you could
What a
become
veil.
Jarl. Because you are hungry with power.
And Vondel spits on the ground.
He spits as well.
I am powerful. I am strong. But I am a warrior, not a leader. I never wanted to even lead one of your squads. If I wanted such a thing, there's other ways to get to that. Not merely kill you. What would that even bring? How many people would question me?
They would think that you would be a good Jarl, because you have defeated the strongest warriors in our clan.
Oh, by stabbing him in the back or something? By doing it covertly and then having other people confess that? If I were to do that, I would do it face to face. I am not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of your clan, and I wasn't afraid of anybody. And right now, I'm not afraid of anybody either. I could spit in the face of a fucking god, and I wouldn't give two shits.
Okay, no more spitting. Or we will get really thirsty and we will go back to the meat hall again.
He goes back to his seat, plops down in his oversized chair, and he dips a deep sigh. He is quite taken aback. You denying this deed that he was so sure that you have done, and then he waves his hand towards you as if a dismissal. Dismissed for now. I must think. This is not yet the time. And then he puts his head into his hand, rubs his temples with his thumb and the other fingers, and then stays like that for a while.
Throughout this encounter, hearing that, Vondel getting riled up, everybody looking at him probably notice like the red at the corner of his eyes getting in, just like the dyeing his eyes a bit red. But now it just recedes, and he shakes his head.
And as you were getting angrier and angrier, you realize that all around you, people have already readied their weapons. But as the situation starts to calm down, they all start to go back to their drinks, to their food on the tables, and to their discussions slowly, but still keeping an eye out on you.
And then Vondel will say, I thought you were smarter than this. You used to be smarter than this. You used to use your own head to think, not somebody else's. I am disappointed, even for the snake you are. And then he starts walking back, and as he's walking back, he says, Justice is red, and walks out.
Justice is red?
Yes.
Alright. Doesn't say anything. Just thinks he's there with his hand in his hand.
And if the others were preparing their weapons, Leaf was preparing the popcorn.
Before I leave, as I leave at the door, I'm just gonna say I've met Vondel just for the past couple of months, so probably you still know him better than I do, but given the recent events that has transpired with Orn and now with him, I think the main reason that he's so angry with it is that it hurts as much. I think it hurts you right now to learn anything of this. But I trust that you will find perhaps a solution to all this conflict. Even though he's high-spirited, I like to believe in me as well. So if there's anything that, to this promising future we're talking about, maybe your clan can also be.
Takes a big breath, looks over to you, and he says, I am afraid, my friend, that We are past finding a solution to this. Too much bad blood has passed over the years. But thank you for your words.
You just admitted almost exterminating a full clan. And we are talking about reparations and forgiveness. Come on.
It is.
This is different. This is personal. This is not war. Raiding.
Well,
This is brother against brother. Patricide.
well, in your thoughts, if it was just a little drop of hope, please consider it. And I'm just gonna make my way out. See you tomorrow at the hall.
Mm-hmm.
Say,
Close the
Mondel,
doors.
was the former Jarl buried or burned?
I do not know of such a thing. I didn't even know of his passing. This is the first time I learned of this. There's been mixed shit been said around and passed around. You've heard the... What's her name? The crewmate? The red one?
Oh, Fear Cat.
No, our crewmate. The one with the nails.
Egil. Egil.
Egil talking crap about me getting on with this guy's woman. All that kind of shit. I don't believe a fucking word he's saying. And no, if you're wondering, I didn't kill his father. I always respected that old man. He was a fierce warrior. And if I ever wanted to fight him, I would have just, well, fought him in front of everybody to prove myself. I had never intended to kill him or anything. And whatever the hell this asshole has heard.
Certainly more that we are quite not aware of right now. Would you? Yeah, I mean, we're just assuming at this point we have nothing. Has it ever crossed your mind? It just hit me right now. Maybe that voice that you've been hearing before had some play in this?
I do not remember hearing that voice before, well, a month ago or so.
Yeah, I know. Well, quite the reunion, but you did well, Vondel. I thought you were gonna fucking immediately just run at him and pin him to the wall.
As I was walking in there, I highly considered it. But there is time for everything. And I have my own plans for this bastard. It would be too easy to kill him now.
I mean,
and not painful enough.
It's a bit not that easy. He's surrounded by able warriors.
Bah.
You know, all things aside. I mean, no, go ahead after.
No, he just spat.
Okay. I mean, all things aside, I'm quite, given that I've only known of him from your stories, it came to quite a surprise to me personally that he's quite aligning with our interest, being against the arena and everything, and admitting that the raid was a mistake and he was also himself caught off guard by the wizards.
Yes. He's as devious as a snake.
Yeah, that's a convenient excuse that we've heard before. Maybe he also heard it before and got inspired. Who knows?
And to be fair, even if this bastard was getting controlled by anybody, I wouldn't care. We are past that point. But know this, he's a very, very witty person, I suppose. I've never known him to be strong. I used to fight his battles for him. But, well, no longer. And I suppose that he's found new help.
But I like the ship though. This is quite an interesting ship.
No. If anything, they have plenty of resources to build this kind of ship. And I suppose they can afford to pay for people to build them.
What time in the day is now?
Sorry, what did you say?
No, I'm asking Gazi, what time in the day? Oh, evening.
6 PM.
Alright.
Recunoști năvuța asta?
Care? Asta de plină de elfi ciudați?
Ce el știut asta?
Who, me or
Nu,
Life?
Gofre zicea că îi place nava. Barca.
Îmi place asta cu double decker. E ca și cum am mai văzut una cândva, plină de elfi ciudați.
Da. Și am făcut-o așa să fie mai...
Ride.
Să fie ca un Wolverine. Că harta asta nu există. Majoritatea hărților care o să le vedeți în aventura asta nu există. Nu vin cu modulul. Trebuie să le fac eu sau să le găsesc.
What the fuck?
in terms of this kind of ship actually sailing, I fear that it may actually break in two when it hits the waves. But
These ships are not... basically, they're just fortresses on... to serve as bases when adrift hull. They're not fit for combat at all, for transport or anything like that. It's just like a mobile base, more or less.
Show off.
So yeah,
For bragging rights.
yep. Anyway, that is all of the clans.
So we still need to give or did we already give the dart to the Tvan
Yes.
one back?
Oh, you wanted to bring it to the Volve first.
Yes.
I think
and
that
then
Firkat was supposed to find someone to
Oh yeah, she took it to the Volve.
and then bring it back.
Alright.
Yeah, so we will say that it is solved. Matter of the dart.
Let's make a pass through the minor clans area. Maybe we hear something interesting. Maybe we notice something interesting there.
Actually, great idea.
Alright.
Azi, când au zis The Wolf că Leaf ar putea să vină după băutura aia?
Whenever he's not
Busy.
busy with other things like meeting with Yals. So yes, I think you are. You can go even now if you wanted.
Yes.
Ideea este, vreau să vă întreb dacă vreți să începem gathering-ul acum și să vedem petitions sau lăsăm pentru data viitoare.
Gathering-ul este a doua zi, nu? Adică ar mai trebui să treacă o noapte.
Yes, zi de dimineață, you sleep, then you go to the gathering.
Aș vrea să vizitez Vulvii înainte de... în seara asta, adică
Alright.
eu personal, dar dacă mergem întâi la Minor Clan și după aia.
Alright, so minor clans is minor clans. There's not many people of import right there. Everyone seems to be flying a lot of different banners, animals, logos, creatures put together, colors, stuff like that. But just as Himnar assumed, there is a lot of talk and rumors and maybe also actual information being passed from one to another, and it is not hard for you to catch some of these discussions as they are spoken plainly. So let me know how much time you want to spend around here, and I will tell you what you can find out. In hours, in minutes.
What do we hear in the first 15 minutes?
As in the very first 15 minutes, you realize that some of these people arranged on one of the longships are talking about the War clan, which in itself has been a variant clan up to this point, which has rose to very great strengths. almost on the verge of becoming a major clan. So yes, they are being talked a lot around the minor clans, and there is some rumors concerning going on about them. And they go like, if the war clan does not get a voting seat on the council, I heard that they intend to leash their wolves and kill all of the jarls.
Of course. Unless we have, besides the potion thingy, do we also have other matters to finish for today, guys?
Himnar are ceva pentru mâine dimineață, înainte de
Eu aș-
Drift Hall.
Eu pot să mă ofer să rămân aici până
S-au aflat toate rumorurile.
2-3 ore să aflu absolut toate zvonurile, toate bărfile.
Gold.
I will report.
Right.
Maybe you also find friends from nowhere.
Or last saw rumors in there. Like you got away with your words, you know. You're kinda. So you can see like some rumors in there that the wolves are actually, you know, great. They're good, you know. They're not gonna kill anybody. Go defend everybody. That the wolves are, you know, really good people. And that all the clans are getting together.
Me saying that what are good people.
So you wish to split up and each go tend to their own business for a while?
Sure.
All right. So Leaf heads over to the Evolve. Zeitz stays with the minor clans to hear all of the gossip and what they're saying. Himnar, what do you want to do?
Himnar wants to contemplate a way of helping his clan shoulder the burden of the food, and wants to prepare his creative food and drink spell for the morning, and to prepare some extra awesome feasts.
All right. Sounds good.
Da, mă duc la templu.
And Vondel? Anything? You can go
Besides killing the...
with anyone. You can go on your own. You can just
the maybe go and see the Dvar Jarl and have, you know, some idle talk if she's up for that kind of thing, just to like better their relationships.
She actually says that let's move this to the mead hall. She owes you some drinks, and she accepts that to have some drinks with you at the mead hall, which is next door. All right.
Absolutely. So we're gonna have some conversations, you know, and speak of whatever else. Anyway,
Alright.
and maybe
Yeah,
if there's a bit of time, would Wonder also like to like look for the best blacksmith around, maybe somebody with some magic knowledge to check on that stupid axe and see if anything can be done with it that could make it either usable, melted into something more wieldy, or, you know.
First of all, I want you to roll me a charisma check. Flat
Oh boy.
from your sheet up top. Where it says charisma, it's save and check. Just roll me a check.
Alright, hang on. Looking at charisma check from Wonder. What is it? Ah, there it is. Just ability check, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, let's go. 2.
All right.
Can I reroll that if I use my rune? Because I don't
Inspiration.
remember how the thing it works.
Yeah, you can roll with inspiration. That's
Only inspiration? Okay, I don't remember how my rune works.
the rune. Which one?
the
Whenever
last-
you reroll with inspiration, you get a +1.
Wasn't there one that helped me reroll something?
You had one use of that, so
Yeah,
you
a
used
day.
it.
I
No, a
don't.
day.
No. I mean, I thought I had one.
Oh, you can choose to succeed on any ability check once per day.
Uh-huh.
So you can just choose to succeed on it to roll. So this is a check.
Yeah.
So you can.
So can I do that?
Yes, you can choose to succeed.
Yes, then I will just do that.
All right, I will get back to you. sites. While you're spending time with the minor clans, you find out some interesting things. Someone recognizes you as being part of the Bearers of Fate, chosen of the Wolf, and he just happened to have a drink with some of his friends, and as he sees you pass by, he extends the drinking horn towards you, and he says, they raise a toast in your name and that of your friends, Bearers of Fate. But that's just a little bit of stuff, and as you sit around with them for a while, you hear what they have to say before moving on. So what you hear is that half of an actor longship crew was lost when they found a strange island. Supposedly it submerged the moment they started to explore it, and they drowned. You also find out that strangers are not welcome in the Tvar town of Skeo, despite being a busy port exporting grain. Some folks claim that an everlasting goat was living at Falegur before it was destroyed by the volcano. A creature like that could feed a village, especially in these trying times. Several villages along the west coast have been washed away by flooding. Folks claim to have seen red-robed witches in the area where the disasters occurred. And towards, as you were approaching the end of the stuff and nothing else is nothing new is being shared anymore, you see a young man sitting next to you, and he asks if you have any interesting gossip or truths or legends that you have to share. So this is your chance to sow one rumor into the reader kind, or a fact. Do you want some time to think about it?
Yes, I will have to think something about that.
All right. Vondel, being so charismatic self, a charismatic self with your rune to succeed, your interaction with Yarbelt goes very well. And
so whilst we are sitting at a table, maybe some raiders around, like Vondel is a bit tipsy now, right? So he's going to be like, this is like halfway through the conversation. And when I was young, and he smashes his fist into the table, I tore a fucking leopard, a tiger, with my bare hands, and that earned me my name. And, the conversation continues.
And she says, yes, very interesting. Then she gets up from her seat. She grabs you by the hand, and she drags you after her.
Ooh.
Okay, Vondel follows.
Right, so you don't have time to look for a blacksmith, because she's gonna lead you all the way to her chambers for the remaining of the night, unless you refuse, of course.
Yeah, it's fine.
All
I'm
right.
looking for the blacksmith then.
Și ai un nivel de exotic acum.
So yes. And Himnar is, are you going to the temple, you said, or back to your clan?
To the temple.
To the temple. Well, I'm gonna use this opportunity to also show you the temple, which is...
The Halls of Stone.
Yes, that one. House of Stone. Alright, so there are all sorts of clerics around. Shrine for each god, including Hell, and a smaller statue of Mirgal being in the back here. Even Mirgal is represented here. And just as Guli has told you, on the ceiling, upside down, there is what appears to be an effigy of a red-robed woman. Inquiring about, or even knowing about something about religion, this is their way of warding the Rift Hall against the evil eye of the witches and whatnot. As I said, each shrine is tended by a cleric, except for the Palter one and the Luton one, which is tended by the same cleric, and the one of Hell, which is tended by two young boys.
You're not approaching.
Yeah. So you
Sinar
are
approaches the shrine to Nat
alright.
and contemplates how he can help with the food
Well,
and to prepare.
alright. Give me a religion check.
Yes.
Alright. Basically, being able to procure most food with magical or normal means, that's a given. And by mending the relationship with between Natal and Dvar, which is the biggest food producer in the Raider clan, will probably help alleviate some of the burden on the Natal clan, because they will be given better, fairer, or even reduced prices on all of the grain and the foods and the meats, considering the circumstance that they need to feed the whole of the drift hall. So it is imperative that Var and Natal not only on good terms, but also on friendly terms. As you are sitting around with the clerics here, you realize they also provide services for people that can buy them, as in healing if needed, lesser restorations against ailments and whatnot, which can also do. But some of them, if they pull their powers together and for a pretty steep price, they could even bring back the dead. And of course, if you want, you can purchase some holy water from this place as well.
Okay. I make a note to first thing in the morning head over to the chief's hall and attempt to help with the food to create more food.
Right?
Afterwards, I head to the shrine to Hell and maybe contemplate on my forced and fruitious relationship to her. Maybe
Alright.
attempt a religion check to see if the shrine maybe inspires or communicates some things.
Go for a religion check. Alright. Unlike when praying to Nat and receiving a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of a spell or whatnot, Hell does not as much interact with you directly or indirectly in the matter. However, as you stare at this shrine of the two-faced goddess that we have seen face to face before as well, you are filled with a feeling of dread, because you realize in that moment that how things are right now and how things are advancing. All of this talk of the final battle and the Hall of the Slain, you know that you are destined and damned right now at the end to fight against your own friends and against your own kind, as your name is already embedded on that ship of the dead that everyone fears so much. And I will leave you with that inspiring thought. And Leaf, you return to the Volve and request that tea that allows you to remember, correct?
Yes.
And remember, you do. They set you up in a chamber somewhere close by. It's a small, like a storage room chamber. They provide, it's fully dark, fully isolated, exactly what they say that you need. They provide you with the tea with some of their pillows that they usually sit upon. And they close the door behind you, not lock it.
Narghilea? Au?
And they leave you with it. N-au narghilea, aia să la benduri dacă mai ești pe acolo. You drink the tea and you are soon lulled into some sort of a sleep. But a sleep not like that of rest, but that of transitioning from one place to another, from the present to the past. And you find yourself once again witnessing things that you remember but are not quite in control of them. find yourself again in that strange realm with strange colors and strange people around you that you more and more recognize as being the actual Halls of the Slain. You do not look like your dream self, but as the one that you have seen in the reflection after sacrificing Jules. And as you can't even, as you're looking around trying to get your bearings, again, a voice interrupts you, and you are dragged at attention. And it goes like, someone's here. Minute.
Oh,
Wow.
what? Wait a minute.
Someone's here. Claims that he can help you with that which burdens you the most. For real? Well, let them in. Bring him in. This man that you recognize as being Tonir yells over to the end right there, and you see one of these winged women scooping up a man from beneath here, from beyond your vision range, and they start escorting him slowly towards you. At which point he has quite a weird look upon him. The strange attire, that's something that you haven't seen before. And yeah, they disperse to the sides, and this man addresses you. Good day, gentlemen. I am here at your service. Whatever you desire, the chances are that I can provide it. I'm not sure about that, you say. This is a sensitive matter. I have searched high and low, and yet I haven't yet to find a solution. Oh, do let me know. And step closer to him, as if booming voice you do not want to reach it to the others in attendance here. You lean closer to this man and whisper something inaudible into his ear, which brings a huge smile on his face. Oh, my friend, that is a piece of cake. I just have the thing that will help. And you are obviously surprised, after searching for so long, to finally have it at your behest. And in exchange, you ask, trying to compose yourself. Oh, nothing fancy, I assure you. An invitation, and access to your realms. For me and my own, to come and go as we please. To what end? Nothing nefarious, I assure you. I only wish to further peddle my trade, and of course, nothing will be forced upon anyone. Decision is always in the buyer's hand. You nod, staring at him. I will think about it. Well, do let me know when you decide. May I stay here until such time? You may. Very well. And that is what you remember. For now.
Fucking amazing.
Sights, one last thing. You tell me your rumor and we can end for today. No more gathering.
Yeah, we would like to have our dear friend attend as well.
At the gathering, yes. Which is good. But, go ahead, Sights. Te-ai gândit? Dacă poți să mai las până săptămâna viitoare, dacă vrei.
Yes, I'll message you.
Very well.
Spicy.
Could also put it in the chat if you want to.
Exact.
The IC chat, right?
All right. Yes, guys. Spicy
Right.
gossip.
So, okay, we will see how much more we can play out of this drift hole, because I only prepared one up to a point, because after this this is concluded, or rather this part, the game opens up a little bit. It becomes more like a sandbox. So it's always adventures that I like to host are more like a yam shape, like it goes a little bit linear at the start until you get familiar, then you get into a sandbox where you can choose destinations, choose what to take on and stuff like that, and then towards the end, of course, it'll become again more focused. So because of that, which and many possibilities, I cannot prepare in advance too much unless I know exactly the destination that you can take. So depending on how much more of there is left, and at which point we reach. If we finish it faster, next session is going to be a shorter session. That is not necessarily the thing, because you can role play and whatnot. And I don't know, maybe you can still get one more session out of this. It's possible. It's very possible. There's still left. Da, așa ca un fair warning.
The Gathering era la 12. Până la 12, mergem la toate magazinele, vorbim cu toți. Ne vedem iar cu ăștia.
Is the gathering taking place in that area
Yes.
with 15?
Yes, din Mother's Eye. Dacă dai zoom acolo, să vezi că sunt băncuțe, este o arenă. Ca și chestiile astea. Băncuțe.
True.
Alright. Yeah, that's the session. I hope you had fun. Și vreau să te întreb, Ștefan, când te-ai mișcat de pe hartă pe alta, ți-ai dat seama care sunt raiders și care sunt trolls în tokene de acolo?
Of course, mai ales la Luton. I-am observat acolo.
Exact. Deci, that's what I wanted to
I-am văzut.
to make the difference.
Parcă arăta un pic
Exact.
special.
Și la Howlhorn aveau